All right.
Hello, test mic.
We're good. So we just started the stream. We're getting the pairings set up. I shuffle them around, but this is YC3, the big format tournament for our server YCC. We have 12 members today. Well, we had 16 signed up, but 4 didn't show, which isn't too surprising. But we will be commentating throughout this event, and it's all for your enjoyment. So we're gonna get the pairings up in just a second. The first round has started, so I'm gonna mute, put the music up, and then be back after we get that matchup.
I have been moved.
So don't worry about muting us this time. We are in a different call, so we can talk amongst each other. We'll just speak up if we need something from you.
All right.
What's up, qualified? How's it going? Alright. This is my side. Here's my camera.
Alright, Kitsu.
Alrighty.
Alright, we're into the first match. Let me turn down the music just
like on the mat.
Turn up the players. It's working out a little.
Time for the power shuffle.
Little bit of the stream, and there we go. We do have a new layout this season of YC3.
Good.
Oh, and some of Quali's cam is bleeding. That's fine. Everything you need to see can be seen.
Yeah, and it's visible.
Now please note you're playing Dark Warrior Turbo. Smile.
So we're
So
here.
you're-
We're watching the most recent YC3 champion go against unqualified, and this is actually a bit of a grudge match because
Yeah,
Gunslinger was the
um,
one who removed unqualified from the top 4 back during the last
Oh, yeah.
YC3,
Mm-hmm.
which must have stung, and I think it's the same exact matchup too. Back then it was
Yeah, I
MATHMECH
think-
versus DLINK, and now it's MATHMECH versus DLINK, albeit 2 new variations of the decks.
Without link cross.
Without Link Cross, without Buster Whelp,
Mhm.
without the old
Yeah,
D-Link
it's-
engines. There's new engines. I don't think I've seen the new MATHMECH yet.
I can't.
And
Yeah, Gunslinger said he had a plan for when Link Cross would get banned.
I shall go.
And
Right.
these players are very dedicated to their decks, so they will
Good
come
luck,
up with
my
something.
friend. Have thou-
you think what? Or Quali was on Drytron for a little bit, but he did move back to D-Link with the new Dragon Maid.
Yeah, with the
I'm
chamber.
excited. I'm excited to see what he actually does with it.
Yeah, usually I think the Dragon Link end board usually is like 1 to 2 negates, 1 to 2 bounces, and perhaps an Appaloosa. But we
Yeah.
shall see.
Uninterrupted, but it does look like Slinger will be starting off with the Ibli, which is a big card, I'm not gonna lie. This was a
So
huge
this-
pain in the side.
This will shut off things like Gamma and Nibiru,
Your side.
Right.
and will lock the opponent out of special summoning.
And then also
Oh,
the
the
Exceed.
Exceed.
She has to be so in defense.
This will give him enough bodies he needs. He needs 3 bodies to combo for the old line without Link Cross. So I think this will... We're gonna see
Right.
him get off to the races.
So either he goes into a rank 4 here if he needs it, or I think Exceed can be linked into Devotee,
How would you like me to cut?
or whichever one's
Yeah,
the link
because-
one, the upwards arrow.
Because Exceed turns itself into a level 4.
Right.
Yeah,
So
this,
it does
drop
fulfill the
back.
condition.
So just starting off, he is gonna summon the other Exceed.
I'll link the exceed.
He looks like he is gonna link off the Exceed for the Devotee. What do you think the new MATHMECH combo looks like? Because without Link Cross, they don't have that kind of intermediate step anymore, do they? With all that body generation.
without-
Disciple effect.
Yeah, I think so. Without the Link Cross, they lose out on 2 bodies, and I think the combo would probably remain the same.
Yes.
Would it just probably require 1 to 2 more extenders? Since they do end on a Link Karibo sometimes.
Right. Which, I mean, I guess with Bird Up, Link Karibo isn't horrible, but that's only if you have something you want to protect. And
Yeah.
it's more like you want your opponent to stop, you want to protect your opponent's Ibli from crashing. Which, as seen as
It's
in the last
sanctuary,
YC3, yeah, they have a really cool way of doing that, and that's through Balinks, by using Balinks in their combo to search a sanctuary. They have a way to actually stop Ibli from attacking into you and crashing.
And if anyone, like, if the opponent tries to normal summon something like another monster to go into a generic Link, the MATHMECH, I think the MATHMECH trap, was it Super Factorial, or the monster can get rid of that, can get rid of the...
Unsure, but he will be going to Balinks with Wicked, so this is where the Sanctuary
There-
comes into
Sanctuary?
play.
Mhm.
And I see how Quali can get through the Sibley. It's not difficult. I don't think he is on the generic Link 2 though, like Whelp.
He is on Fiber, which
Yes,
the problem
Fiber
is his
would.
normal summon. The problem is his normal summon will be popped by either the MATHMECH cards or the Unicorn.
Right, and if that normal summon is pops, he literally has no way to make it to a Link monster, I believe. Ibli has like the worst stats for a Link 1. It wasn't normal summoned. It's a level 2. If you were on
Is it
Disciple
Lord
Devotee or Phalanx, yeah,
Any of
Ibli
the
would be
cyber
amazing.
Yeah.
But Quali's on Dragon
Unfortunately,
Link.
Yeah, and Dragon Link doesn't have the extra deck space to play something like a Cyber's Link 1.
Especially when Ibli is such a something you don't expect to see.
Yeah, this is a rogue deck, and that's one of MATHMECH's biggest strengths.
No one knows what this deck does, but you will be ashing the Wicked, it looks like, or the Code Talker.
I think he's ashing the Wicked. This denies him
No, the Wicked. already activated. Yes, Oh, he is
Oh.
discarding the dot scraper, and I believe that will be another body extending.
And he will get to search
Yes, anything he wants. This card is usually a neg 1, but it's been such a big power play for Cybers that even a neg 1 doesn't really stop them.
I'll go for a...
Yeah, because a lot of
strong
Cybers give these other cards.
And a lot of strong Cybers archetypes have all these grave recursion effects.
Yeah, like Dotscaper.
Exactly, or any of the Salamangreats.
Oh yes, the Salamander.
Despite being a mid-range control-y type of deck, Salamangreat can do so much with the neg 1. But anyway, Dot Scraper will be summoning itself back to the field, and that's an extra body.
Addition will be the extender to summon to a summon to the field. So this will be the MATHMECH rank 4.
I believe it's Alimbertion. Yes, this will searches him the Super Factorial.
Yes, and Super Factorial is such a crazy disruption.
I know, it's just the ability to summon 3 from the graveyard and then either go into Final Sigma or what's it called? Laplacian?
Laplacian, yeah.
Laplacian is one hell of a card.
Yeah, it's a negate. It can't. It has a Dingirsu protection effect, and it's also removal.
Right. It's only a negate if you use Diameter. And speaking of Diameter, that card is also something big for this deck. Anyways, Quali is working with 5 cards going into his turn, and this guy is still comboing with MATHMECH. It looks like Link Cross never left.
Yeah, and I think because you can just play more extenders in a deck with basically the entire deck is extenders.
Right. Like I said last time, it's practically the old version of VW. Because everything just activates in hand and just summons itself.
And his bread and butter combo is the same. He still has Ibly and 2 removals. So don't know how Quali is going to
this could turn itself into like an Avermax. It can turn itself into a Unicorn for a spin. He has that Laplacian. And he did talk about how you would summon the Laplacian in defense, because Sanctuary can only reduce the attack of a Link monster you control. And because Ibly zeroes the attack, there's no way for you to crash that monster.
Yeah, they're all links. Well, now if he summons something like Laplacian,
right? But you can summon that in defense mode, and then how are they going to crash that?
Yeah, exactly.
Are they going to be playing AD Changer?
AD Changer.
It is 0/0 level 2 Cyber.
I don't think Quali would play AD Changer.
So just you don't know if he's on Morphing Jar, Empty Jar. But they're just relaying the information about Ibly. I don't see a way for Quali to link out of Ibly. He will be trying to crash it. But that is what the Sanctuary is for. I don't think Quali realizes that.
Yeah, attack modulation effect of Sanctuary has not come up. It's only the reincarnation effect that used.
Right, and not a lot of people remember that Sanctuary has this effect, but I feel like Quali does, and if he's just throwing away his battle phase, that might mean he doesn't really have much else to do.
Yeah, it is a grudge, but he really knows information. It's just if he doesn't.
Hey, this is the second time in the first round too. Whoever wins this has a pretty good chance to go on. Gunslinger and Quali are both strong players, although one I would say is somewhat limited by their budget, and which sucks first off, but.
There's the judge call.
Oh, there is the tribute summon of Driver.
Yeah, that's fine.
Wow, what an amazing
battle phase.
Driver becomes useful. Yeah, Quali used to do this to me a bunch.
Alright, I'm gonna head over to table 2 real quick.
Yes.
Thinking. Yeah, in the main, I'll go Mask.
Yeah.
So we will be activating the Masquerade in the end of main phase. Probably, I'd say, for Avermax?
Zeroboros.
Zeroboros. Right. So he does want to try to go for that
Yep.
field wipe, but it's very dangerous. It's very easy to proc out of nowhere. Because once you do that, super factorial is gone. There's no way to save that super factorial.
I will activate quick launch.
We will be going for the quick launch. He does want.
I'll Ash.
Ooh, and the quick launch gets Ash. That is unfortunate for Unqualified. He's now working with about 3 cards in his hand. And he has to find some way to make this work. Zeraboros is very scary on the field when you have a way to summon to the field quickly. And considering Super Factorial's effect on its own, it's just gonna be very hard for him to play through this. But D-Link right now is very resilient. It's very possible he can.
I am back.
Quali cannot play through it.
During the end
So we see the Ash on quick launch, and yes, that is the extent of Quali's hand.
I was talking about how difficult it was probably going to be.
And there's the Boros.
Right, he IP'd for Zeraboros because he was threatening the battle phase.
He's summoning Zeraboros' zone, and Zeraboros is a mandatory effect.
Yes, that is. I think that's what he wants to do.
I don't.
He also needs to banish the face gnome. I think he's just scared of that face down. Because now he grabs Diameter, and that's all the extension he needs. He can just summon Zeraboros back to the field. That's already.
I think he also needs to banish his Sanctuary and his monster.
Yes, I think he's just resolving his own effect first.
Mm-hmm. Oh, now he gets access to Diameter, which is also a pretty good normal summon. And there goes the field.
There goes the field. And then Quali also gets banished, and it would be the Tidying. Yeah, the Tidying didn't really have any impact. I was going to say, Quali, a combo deck setting a card, only one real card it can be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is generally the search.
Zeraboros will return to that zone, so he does not want to use the EMZ banish.
How much attack does Zeraboros have at this point?
At this point, it's about against 200 per.
I think it.
So there's about 5. I think there's 5 cards banished, so I think it's about 4,000. So this should really just be a hop, skip, and a jump to an OTK, considering it's MATHMECH.
Yeah, and MATHMECH is very good at OTK. Yeah, it's 200, so it's like 4K.
I have 2.
So it's at 5,000.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So 4,000.
Correct. Zeraboros will be at 4,000 attack, so he just needs to make up that other half of his life points. You never want to let a combo deck get more than 1 turn.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of decks just seek to stop the turn entirely, just so they can OTK. And Zeraboros is strong, but it doesn't leave much for your follow-up. Luckily, a lot of his follow-up didn't exist on field, but his hand was also really constricted, which is where you start to see some of the faults of a budget deck, or not a rogue deck, not a budget deck.
Yeah, generally rogue decks don't have as good of a follow-up. The ceiling is generally not an issue, but the follow-up compared to like something like Dragon Link.
Ceiling is rarely an issue. It's usually always the
follow-up.
The follow-up and the resilience.
Or consistency.
Resilience, follow-up, all these things usually suffer, but he is going to be going for what looks to be
Final
Sync
Sigma, right?
Sync 12.
12.
Sigma,
this is a Final Sigma.
And if that's a 4,000 Sigma?
I think that's a 6,000 with multiplication.
I'll go battle phase.
I'm pretty sure you use Diameter.
Well, then it's 4,000, which is, I think it's still lethal.
Yeah, it's 7k.
Yep,
no,
and
he only had 7k on board, which is mighty unfortunate. He had no way to make the OTK. Addition, I believe, can only increase the attack of your own cards?
Pastor, go ahead.
I think so. But if he had multiplication, he would be able to double Sigma's attack.
But he didn't, which is... Ooh, this is gonna be really bad.
This is full combo.
Right. At this point, I think Quali just wins this match. Outing Final Sigma is stupidly easy when your deck just makes Boros Sword out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And Zeraboros isn't an issue anymore because his zones are no longer pointing to anywhere. So it can't ever proc the banish again.
So we're just gonna see combo off.
Right. So the question I have right now is why didn't oh, I know why he didn't, because Final Sigma is only unaffected in the main monster or the extra monster zone.
Yeah, so he wanted to save the zone for his boss monster.
But wouldn't it be fine
Unfortunately.
if he had put Zerboros in the middle zone? No, Zerboros would banish itself. That's right.
Yes, and I think at that point, Quali would just trigger the Zeroboros, and then still have enough resources to go for game.
Right, but at least you're using up his resources. There's not much for Quali.
Yeah.
There's not much else for Slinger to do.
Yeah.
So despite
And so-
getting to this point, I think Quali has this game.
Yeah, no, definitely. Dragon Link is a very explosive deck, and you're gonna see the entire combo be done with one Black Metal Dragon.
Right. We were taught, like, straight, Quali has said before, if you want to hit this deck, you need to hit Striker Dragon. And that's because of just how powerful these Link ones are. Just the ability to take one monster and move it to the graveyard is... It was unheard of, back before
Like,
Link.
Almirage was like a revolutionary Link monster.
Right, Almirage changed so much, especially with, like, stuff with the Invoked package. Alistair used to be, like, kind of bricky if you didn't open something else, so, like, you could only play it in decks that had, like,
light monsters,
easy access to a light monster, and you needed to be able to pitch that light monster, and it was still overall some kind of neg. Because you negged to negate, you negged to summon it.
To summon the Mechaba.
Like, you have one negate, and back then it was fine, but... How did
And so we
Zerboros
see
trigger there?
Zeroboros.
How did Zerboros trigger there?
So Zeroboros actually, so the
Oh, it's
topologic
any Link monster.
Any Link, yes.
zone. Ooh.
Not just its own.
Yeah, people forget about it.
Yeah.
Quali
I
is
forgot
looking it
about it. Quali forgot about it. So he just summoned to the zone and Zerboros triggered.
Well, the last time I
And
Damn.
we're going
We are going
give
to
the
a
game
game
one.
2. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I also forgot about that. I thought Slinger was out of gas. I thought he just would lose from that point, but no. To
That was
actually
a-
combo there, Quali would have to summon 2 Link zones. There's no
yeah,
way
or
for him
else
to
he
get around
can't
that.
actually. Yeah, because of the guard dragons.
Right. And Zerboros is just a death sentence.
Yeah, like when you're playing a combo deck and you're on low resources, a field wipe is just too much for you to deal with.
Right. And Quali went into that turn with 3 or 4 cards.
Yeah.
But now we're going to game 2, and this is where the side decks come in, and this is probably where
I think
the budget
the
starts
budget
showing.
struggle.
Yeah, the budget starts showing. And Slinger has shown himself to be a pretty good player. He won against Ultergeist with no spell and sharp removal, which is pretty funny. But he showed
Yeah, he
himself
just
to
picked
be
apart the
mostly
board.
competent. But when you're limited by a budget when it comes to siding, that's just the worst. And I
Yeah,
don't know
the-
if I would
the
have
blowout
to check.
cards are-
I would have to check if he is on Dark Ruler or not. Because if he is, then he does have a chance. But if he doesn't have the adequate side cards, there's a very big chance
don't
that
think he is
he
on.
comes
At least
up
I don't know if he's on 3. He is not.
he-
He is on
oh,
3 Dark Ruler.
he does have 3 Dark Ruler and he does have Kaijus and Gamma. And hopefully that's enough. I just dislike seeing this come down to hoping Quali doesn't open well enough to play through something like Gamma Ash.
Well, we've seen that Dragon Link can easily play through Gamma Ash, but
Right, but that's all
the
hand
problem,
dependent. Quali could also get a hand full of Chaos Dragons and he couldn't do
That's
anything.
true. The problem with the problem with Gunslinger's deck I see is that he doesn't have enough hand traps or board breakers. It's sort of like a half and half mix of both.
Well, the actual MATHMECH deck itself looks like it takes up a lot of engine space. And that kind of shows. Like, he is on 3 Torrential, which is... I kind of like it, 3 Torrential. You're playing this...
Torrential.
Right, because
and
he
a
wants to go
Trap.
first. Because, like, if you think about his end board, he ends on what? IP and Wicked, and he wants to go
And
into a
Terrific
Zeraboros
Warrior.
anyway, which will trigger itself. You're gonna wipe that board away anyway, so why not just play the Torrential? You're never committing to the board enough to lose. Because
Yeah,
everything
and
comes
he
from
does
your
have a
Super
great-
Factorial.
Yes, and he does have grave resources, and he can also search with Wicked on his opponent's turn.
Right. But also,
So they are going
He
into
is-
game 2.
he is also on Ash and Lancia, which, while not the most impactful, Lancia can definitely shut down certain hands of Dragon Link when they're chaos dependent.
It- Yeah, it denies all the chaos. And Levineer is one hell of a card.
Like, if he drops Lancia here, then a red MD is just completely shut off. But it doesn't look like he actually has it.
Striker Dragon, Chainlink 2, Black Metal.
Yeah. Or he could be waiting for the red MD.
But there's no reason to wait with Lancia. Like, you
That's
wait until
true.
they put a monster on board, sure. But right
I
now,
don't
he should be
think
dropping
Quali
Lancia.
keeps in Gamma. I don't think Quali keeps in Gamma going first.
No,
'Cause this is not
he
virtual
definitely
world.
does. Because he's scared. Because, like, these players are scared of hand traps being dropped that will shut down their turn.
Yeah,
And
like
if you
draw
draw a
and
chaos space, they can gamma that. And that gives them a free chaos ruler.
That's true. And Chaos Ruler is very strong in this deck.
And it's not like Gamma's dead, because they can just summon it off Helki.
Yeah.
Activating.
Because, like, remember, Quali wants to go first, but he still had
Well-
Gamma in the main deck, and that
Well, his
will
Helki
be chaos.
target is Rocket Synchron. And there's the Chaos Space.
I wasn't saying that, like, Gamma is what you summon all the time. I was saying Gamma's not
Right.
exactly dead.
Yeah. And so we are going to see him go +2 off of this Chaos Space. Very powerful card.
Very powerful card. It's technically a neg 1, but then everything else just adds up for it.
The
You
Chaos...
search the Chaos Dragon. The dragon gets you so much advantage.
And not to
then
mention,
you get to
can
draw
put back
one.
the dragon. Yeah, and
Yeah.
you put back the dragon to search.
And then you get follow up in that, and that just makes them more resilient for the next turn.
Seals.
But I think what would be really funny if we could see here, if MATHMECH gets to Final Sigma, if we could see a multiplication division OTK. Or what's it
Yeah.
called? I think it's division, right? Where they divide your attack and then multiply Final Sigma, and then Final Sigma deals
Yeah.
double battle damage.
Effect of white.
Yeah. And Final Sigma, I think it deals double battle damage to a monster in the EMZ, if I recall correctly.
I'm
So
unsure
that's
on that.
6,000 that's 6,000 doubled.
Right, but he needs to get to that point, and
Yeah.
I think it's really
Dragon
cool that
Link.
MATHMECH can do that, but against Dragon Link, I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You can go ahead.
Like the EMZ is going to be cleared very quickly. And also, you know what I want to see? I want to see a Nibiru come down, because then we get to see Heretic Seal play through the Nibiru.
Right, and Nibiru is just like, if you're going to Nibiru, you do it on LP.
Yes.
You cannot let them resolve LP. Even if it means giving them seals, you can't let them resolve LP.
Yeah, because
Because if LP
giving-
resolves right here, then they get an Appaloosa for 3 in the main monster zone, and they just continue with what else they were going to do. Nibiruing
Mhm.
here forces them to use up their resources.
No.
And it also forces Quali to use Levineer for the revive instead of the hand loop.
Right, but Slinger isn't on Nibiru, which I just remembered.
Chamber effect.
He's actually only on Dark Ruler, so we might see Dark Ruler, which means instead of playing through 2 bounces,
Play through
3
one.
monster negates, and 2
And a hand
Omnis,
loop.
he only has to play against 1 bounce.
And
with a
potentially
negate-
a hand loop.
And
Well,
with the negated
also,
seals, he can then just crash into the seals. But then seals
also
can just
there are, even under Dark Ruler, I think there are a bunch of interesting seal targets that Quali could be playing.
like,
so-
he can still seals, and that'd be devastating, because then you lose the final
Mhm.
Sigma OTK.
It doesn't seem like Quali is on any...
Oh no!
Whatever.
Final Sigma just
That's
needs to
still target.
battle. It just needs to battle an opponent's monster. So if he attacks into anything that has what? He needs to deal 4k at least, so he needs to multiply.
Yeah.
Activating one.
You draw the one that was, yep.
I just looked at Quali's list, and he's not on some sort of spicy seal target like Sloth or Quackimero Drago. So mainly just going to be using seal for something like a second chamber, probably.
Most likely Chamber, maybe Brotar.
Effect.
Mhm. Yeah,
Those
Brotor
are-
is also
those are-
a body.
Yeah, those are probably what he's going to go for. I don't think it's right to play those bricks. Because let's be honest, Dragon Link already right now is a deck that's either you open a godly hand, or you open a hand that does nothing.
Yeah, because a lot of their extenders are like level 7. They can't be summoned from the hand. Like something like
Yeah.
Noctivision or Absolouter.
Yeah, they have a lot of amazing extenders, but they need those starters. And if you play more of these bricks that don't matter until
That's a big op.
your end phase, or until you actually have a board, then what are you doing with them? You can't normal summon
Yeah.
them, you can't play them. There's nothing happening
Well,
there.
well, the good thing about Dragon Link is that 2 dragons is still full combo. Very scary.
And then don't even get it, like, even with Sloth, I saw a bunch of people playing Goliath over Sloth for some reason.
Yep, Levy.
Yeah, there is really no difference when you're summoning them off of seals, besides that Sloth can be tribute summoned.
Right, Goliath is a level 7, I believe. Anyways, he will be
It's a
adding the
level 8.
Tracer with the Apsa Rider. This is just the standard Dragon Link combo. He was allowed to go
And
off with
there
the Guard
comes
Dragons.
the Boot Sector launch, which will summon the Tracer from the hand.
This will be Savage if he chooses so, or he will
Or
go for
Chaos
Chaos Ruler.
Yeah, and
But the thing
I
about
think-
Chaos Ruler is that I don't think he wants to go into Chaos Ruler.
does he have the extension? Because he needs another extender to go into something like Hot Red or Sanafund.
I'm unsure if he's normal summoned.
Yeah, and I think with this board state, it doesn't look
Yeah.
likely that he can go into a Pisty. So Pisty is going to be follow up for next
No,
turn.
but this is fine. This is fine. This is
This
2
is-
bounces, an Omni, and 3 Monster Negates. And then we see
Yeah,
the
this is
Dark
full
Ruler.
terrifying.
Then let's hope we see the Dark Ruler dropped.
Well, since you call
Yeah, just pretty much bounce.
There
it.
we
Oh, there's the Dark
go!
Ruler.
The Dark Ruler is dropped. And Quali
this
just
is-
quickly drops those cards to the graveyard, removes the counters, and now 1 bounce is all he has to play through. That Appaloosa is looking super juicy for Final Sigma.
Yeah, actually, hold on.
Sure.
So he's going to use the seals to bounce, which will not resolve, but it will trigger Engrave.
I played D-Link.
Yeah.
I think this is the
So-
Brotor?
But here's the thing, you see... Yeah, he's just
Chamber.
going for a chamber. But you see that Appaloosa? If he can just
Mhm.
make his way to Final Sigma and attack over that, that's game.
Oh no, that's, what is it? That's 12,000 damage?
That's 8k without without multiplication. Oh no, it's 6k with no, never mind. I forgot. I
Yeah,
keep forgetting
6K.
Sigma is 3k, not 4k.
Yeah. So with
Oh
multiplication,
no!
it's 12.
Oh yeah. Well, sorry, I'm stupid. You can't deal damage under Dark Ruler.
Right.
Well, my bad. My bad.
Yeah, because I'm only.
I'm not
Yeah,
smart.
it's a common thing that a lot of players forget.
Right. Let me just move the chat box over so it looks a bit better.
No, it's not the trivia.
But anyway, he can still make a board, and he only has to deal with 1 bounce. And do you... Well, with that, what do you think this game's gonna go to? How do you think this game's gonna go? Because that Dark Ruler is super powerful.
I think because he can't OTK, I think the best things that Gunslinger can do right now. Well, since Appaloosa and Savage both have their things removed, have their counters removed, I think he's going to try and set up a super factorial, and to stop the Savage from beating over his board.
Right.
Because DZ does, not DZ, I mean Qualified still has follow up in the graveyard.
Right. Ooh,
that's
he
the
will be hit with the
Droll.
Droll.
Oh yeah. Droll.
How do you feel about this?
Droll, I'm unsure.
It denies something
How?
like Wicked. It denies a Nabla access from the MATHMECH player.
Yeah, I'm unsure how big Droll impacts MATHMECH, but I'm sure Quali knows the matchup a little more because he had to like deal with it firsthand during the first YC3.
Does chamber target?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, the trap? Yes.
So I think here, because he drolled, he doesn't have to use the bounce on something like Wicked. I think he can just use the bounce on the Laplacian. Oh, it also turns off Laplacian. It's very interesting.
Yeah, so he may have lost super factorial access, which is unfortunate.
So the
But
bounce here
I-
can just be used for any attempt to remove the Savage from the board.
Right. I don't think we can say anything about the state of the game right now, though, because it could very well go either way. Gold Sark, that
And
is
here comes-
normally for the Dot Scraper, isn't it? Didn't he normal summon
Yeah.
the Dot Scraper?
That was last game. Oh, Balancer Lord, which will special summon a Cybers from hand.
Right, no, he just normal summoned the Dot Scraper now, didn't he?
Yeah.
No.
Well, he's banishing Balancer Lord.
No, what did he link into? Oh yeah, Dot Scraper became Disciple Devotee.
Yeah.
So he did.
And
Oh, he has.
so Balancer Lord is going to summon. I believe that's. Is that multiplication?
That's Nabla.
Nabla. Oh. So he does have the Nabla.
Right.
Thinking on summon. I wanna.
So Quali is now thinking in response to the summon of Nabla. He's probably debating on whether to bump it,
To bounce.
bounce it. I mean, there's nothing else
Yeah.
Quali can do. He's under Droll. He has one bounce, and I think
I don't know if Gunslinger plays Cyber's Quantum Dragon. It would be an out to both Savage and a protection for his field.
I am unsure of that too, but I don't think so.
I don't think he does. Looking at his deck list, he does not.
His
It's
his
all
de-
links.
it's all pretty much combo. That's all he's
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, on summon.
So
He does play
bounce,
the new Talker inverted.
He will be bouncing the Nabla, it seems.
Sure.
It'll target the Nabla.
Alright, and then you're thinking
This is actually really cool. Like this looked like it was just gonna be a game 3, but now, ooh, he's recycling the Savage so he can reuse it. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's actually. Yeah, because you can bounce any dragon from field, right?
Yes, any dragon.
Droll is kinda good at this.
Yeah, generally this is what D-Link players like to do, because they can reuse the negation.
Anyways, we'll be continuing on, and it looks like Slinger's thinking. The thing about this bounce is that I don't understand why he would do it now, when Slinger still has like materials on field. Like he still has Disciple, he still has these 2 tokens, so
I think MATHMECH Nabla is a. Let's see. Let's read the card. Oh, it summons any MATHMECH from deck. So it converts a token into a MATHMECH monster, which is probably going to be Diameter.
I see. So that's what he wanted to remove. Okay, I see why he would do it now. But he will be going to Spots Mage. Is he going to be going for Zeraboros again?
I believe so, but a Zeraboros in this game state wouldn't do much. I think he's setting up a board.
Yeah, it looks like
just a board.
Wow, you can actually use 2 tokens to summon IP.
Just any 2 non-link monsters.
That's pretty funny.
2 cards in hand, I'll pass.
He's
gonna pass. He's not even gonna attack over the Appaloosa or anything. Remove that body.
Wow.
I find that a bit odd.
Yeah, I think perhaps he sort of thought, oh, Dark Ruler doesn't do damage, so there's no point in attacking, but it's still a plus.
So battle phase is technically a +1. If you think about it. So Quali is now working with 2 cards and a dragon on field, which should be enough.
500 or is it 800 attack?
It's 800.
Well, the Appaloosa doesn't necessarily do anything, but it's still a body.
It is a body he can use, and it's
something like Boral Sword.
Right, and it's not just a Link 1 material unless he goes for access code.
He could also just threaten the IP right now. With his battle phase. But then that would stop the OTK.
Sync on summon.
Yeah.
No, but then he'd just chain IP and then he'd still be in his main phase.
That's true. Right.
You're fine.
So here's where we're gonna get to see the resilience and the follow-up of Dragon Link. They were just Dark Ruler no more, and they still survived the turn.
I have 2.
And the board,
and they can just cut back everything.
And because of that Droll, like, Slinger's board isn't looking too threatening.
I think this is just 1 interruption, right? Maybe a Zeraboros? Yeah.
It's most likely going to be like a Zeraboros or something.
But I don't think he can trigger it on his own. I think he has to rely on Quali to trigger it.
And
right.
I know you have Tiding in
And Levianeer still has not been used, so that could be a power card for Quali right now.
But it's also the fact that Zeraboros is still really threatening to Quali, because... Oh, I see what he's doing with the Dot Scraper! Dot Scraper is gonna summon itself, isn't it?
Dot Scraper... Oh yeah, when it's sent to the graveyard, it can summon itself, which will trigger the Zeraboros.
It's gonna...
Oh, he's letting it go?
So what's gonna happen? Oh, what?
He's letting the IP go. I think Striker Dragon swung into IP.
So what I thought was gonna happen was he was gonna link into Zeraboros, and once Zeraboros banished the field, Dot Scraper would bring itself back.
Mm-hmm.
But he just lets
Yes.
it go. Does he have
Or
something
he could
else?
link. He could link the Dotscaper into the Zeraboros, and then use that Dotscaper to trigger the Zeraboros.
No, you.
It's...
No, he already used the Graveyard effect of Scaper.
Oh, yeah, it's once per duel.
Each effect is.
Mm-hmm. Unless he has a Link Karibo engrave, which he can also trigger Zeraboros that way.
Right. I don't believe he does. He went into Disciple Devotee, not Link Karibo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's really interesting how he went for. He didn't go into Zeraboros. Why wouldn't he go into Zeraboros?
I'm not sure. I think he valued the Splash Mage's revival effect next turn.
Right, but
because now that means that the Splash Mage is relatively safe, right?
But like, who's saying that the Splash Mage will survive?
I think unless Quali uses Levineer this turn, I don't see a way of removing Splash Mage.
He can also
I think he's
bounce
still legal
before he gets to revive. He can.
That's true. That's true. Seals doesn't have to be in the main phase.
Right. Also tidying. Applause is still just
Yeah,
sitting
which he
there
does
with
have
a
access
body.
to. Yeah, don't know why Appaloosa's still there.
Should have been removed.
Yeah, it's just 0 attack. I think Quali is just making his way into a Savage. I believe he still has...
maybe Slinger was scared of a Brotar coming out.
Oh, yeah, he does have Brotor in his... which will get him Levineer.
Right, maybe...
Oh no, this is not looking good.
Yeah, this is either Savage or Chaos Ruler.
Or both. If, Has he used Absol this turn?
I believe he searched something with it. Or maybe not. No, I think he has. He's not going into the deck.
Yeah. And that's a tidying, so we have 2 bounces and then a game.
You can go half.
He still has a lot in his extra deck to be used.
He has Chaos Ruler, he has the Red Dragon Archfiend. I believe this is his second seal, so he doesn't have another one.
Standby phase?
He still has Helka Fiber X. He still has Boral Sword. He doesn't play any Link 3, so there's none of those.
He has Sanafond, which the Chaos Ruler and Levineer can. Although in this game state, I don't think Sanafond is very helpful.
No.
Since this should be enough to close the game.
Right, but we don't know what's in the MATHMECH player's like sleeves.
Yes.
And if he drops another Dark Ruler no more, that'd be really funny.
It would be. Yeah, and you kind of he's not bouncing Splash Mage before the revive. Very interesting. Perhaps he's waiting for like the Link 4 to come out or the.
Right, if he just bounces Zeraboros, if he tries to go into it, that's just devastating.
Mm-hmm. But what if he goes into access code? Oh, he can still bounce the access code. Well, he doesn't have.
He doesn't. He's not on access code.
Yeah.
Just going through his options, I don't think he has a way to play through this.
Yeah, and unlike IP, Steals can actually be used in the battle phase.
He's going into the normal summon now. The issue is that he can't commit it all into a Link 4 because if he does, he'll just get it bounced and he has no targets to actually summon his stuff off of, I believe.
I think he might be walling up here. It might just be walling up.
There's no reason for him to. If he Slinger wouldn't try to wall up because if he walls up, then he just has no way to win.
Yeah, he.
So I believe he still has a Nabla in hand.
Yep.
I think so.
It's interesting that he went for the addition and not the Nabla.
I know he does run MATHMECH Magma, which when it
I don't
destroys a
think he has
monster.
a way to
it
summon it right
bounces
now,
back.
though. So he is going seals,
Yeah, he's
probably
lacking a
bounce.
tuner.
I'll bounce the tuner.
Oh no, he has a tuner on the field, right?
So he just bounces the lane.
Yeah, he bounced the tuner,
addition.
I believe.
I think those were both the same monster.
No. One of them is addition and the other is multiple.
Oh
I think he bounced the
one was
multiplication.
subtraction, the other one's addition.
Yeah.
They're
So he
both
bounced the one
non-tuners.
that's not addition.
Or maybe one of them is Sigma. Kind of hard to tell. It's kind of
Yeah,
hard to tell.
I think it's Sigma. Looking from the art. Yeah, let me look it up.
It was Sigma that he bounced.
Yeah,
So yeah, that is
which
a
was
tuner.
a tuner.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the name of the game is just to remove tuners so MATHMECH doesn't have the synchro access.
For transcode?
He's going
Oh,
for the transcode play.
I'll go transcode effects. Targeting mask.
You will be going for Masquerena. I think you just either bounce the transcode or you just negate.
You're wondering on the targeting, it's only cool.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, since transcode is not co-linked, it can be targeted.
Yeah, it's because senses are affected.
Bounce transcode.
Sure.
So he's just bouncing the transcode back to the extra deck.
And I think
Right? It won't actually get to summon itself again because there's no longer zone transcode points to it.
Or only control MATHMECH?
If you control no monsters and your extra monsters.
so. He's going to use Sigma's effect to special summon from hand here.
Yes.
One card
I believe there still is a
If-
Nabla in hand, which seems kind of dead.
Yes, I know the Sigma.
Has Slinger normal summon?
Okay, yeah, I'm not
Yes, he has. The normal summon got bounced.
Oh, I see.
Will Slinger be able to
Yeah,
play through this?
Double Sigma. Any other?
I don't think so. I think he needs to get
he's
into
just
mag.
scooping. Yeah, no, he's just scooping it
Yeah.
up.
Is that 3 Sigmas in his hand?
No, it's 2 Sigma and then
No,
there's
it's a
the
Nabla.
Nabla.
2 Sigmas and a Nabla.
Which is unfortunate. He got through a lot, and he even hit him with the Dark Roller. It's just sad to see. I'm unsure why he didn't go into Zeraboros there, and why he let the IP die.
I think he was banking on the slash range.
Right, but
But
the
obviously
splash range
that didn't
obviously wasn't enough. Like you're just
Yeah.
gonna let Dragon Link get a board, and then you're dead.
Yeah, they can rebuild the board because they just keep putting back stuff. And we haven't even seen Safer, which is also another way to put back Savage and Leviamir.
What does that sound?
Very scary stuff.
What are you doing?
I'm doing some stuff. Hold on.
Okay. Anyways, we're going to the game 3, and with MATHMECH going first, I'd like to say Slinger has a chance. I'd say it's a lot like Lena's Earth Machine, where I always think this deck is somehow not in a winning position, and it just manages to win out of nowhere. And I find that really, really cool how the deck just like climbs back.
Yeah, because sometimes these decks they have very recursive bodies, so they can keep putting on the board over and over. And generally, they don't need a lot to win. It's just consistent removal and being able to OTK.
Right. And it looks like instead of the board is much less now. There's a lot less to the board than there was before. But now that board consists of a quick effect, just a quick board banish, with the Laplacian, I believe it is.
Yeah. Which generally is still enough to stop most combo decks.
Yeah. Dragon Link I think is an exception though, and we might see MATHMECH lose here, which is sad. But I think right before this, the locals right before this game, Slinger actually went 4-0 and went undefeated.
Yeah, I think he won a local some time ago.
Alright.
It's been a very not
Yeah,
much
the way
Yeah.
it plays through hand traps or just interruption is just really wholly dependent on the number of extenders, the number of dragon bodies it can put on board.
I will be right back. Just commentate.
Alright. Normal summon Sigma.
Yeah.
So Gunslinger's going first. This time there's no Ibli. Going to standard combo again.
Yeah.
Effect on field.
Yep.
So this is 3 bodies, which should be enough to combo because Link Cross's ban requires you to have an extra body, which is fulfilled by Exceed. So unless Quali has a hand trap, I believe this will be the board, but without the Ibli. So Quali actually has a chance to play through this.
Disciple Tribute, draw 1, pull him back. Draw 1.
And we see Gunslinger speedily resolving the combo.
Yeah, keep going.
If the judge could tell us how, what's the time? That'd be great.
The stopwatch is not working. How much time do we have left, I think?
I'll link a token devotee for Wicked.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll link a token for Balinks, Wicked.
Alright, so we're off into the combo. Gone to the Balinks point?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, and I think Quali probably gave an indication to Gunslinger that he has no hand traps or something.
Hey, so what if I said I forgot to start the time?
Sanctuary.
It's fine. Just
I'll start it. How long has it been?
we started at 3, so now it's 51 minutes. Well, no, we started a bit later.
If time began at 3:08.
3:08. Okay.
Like 7 minutes left, I guess.
I'll link for inverted effect, special hand.
Yeah.
I believe they should have like 7 minutes left, right?
Yep.
Let's see, the Nabla effect should be inverted.
Yeah, I think Quali was keeping time.
Alright, so time is back, don't worry.
I'll get diameter.
Yep.
I'll overlay.
Yeah.
Burschen effect on summon, detach 2, add 1 MATHMECH card.
If Quali doesn't have hand traps here, that might be big.
Yeah, I don't think Quali. Yeah, Gunslinger is resolving this combo relatively quick.
Yeah. But how do you think Quali plays through this board? Oh, he doesn't have Ibli. It doesn't look like his.
Yeah, he does not have Ibli.
That
So this is
might-
just probably 0
that-
Boros and a gate and a
second
I think a centigrade.
4 in hand, I'll pass.
Oh, no IP
Oh.
either. So this is just super factorial.
Ooh, that doesn't look great.
Like this.
Yeah, I think if he opens Chaos Space, he definitely can play through this.
Quick launch.
Ooh, quick launch.
Sure, that's fine.
He's gonna let the quick launch go.
Alright.
Striker Dragon on its own just generates so much advantage for the D-Link deck.
Right, the card's just crazy.
Yeah, it searches Boot Sector, which summons from hand from grave,
Someone good?
and also it can recur a monster from the grave for something like Recharger, which is a free monster reborn.
Striker effect?
Dang, he didn't try it? Yeah, that's fine.
not drawing the boot sector launch. my only concern is that just no Ibli. That's a 5-minute warning. Hold on, let me tell them.
Activating boot sector.
That was the 5-minute warning for time.
Alright. Activate boot sector, think.
Yeah.
So you have
Yeah, I
4
think
in
this
hand?
is just
5.
a negate and a centigrade.
Oh yeah, drop it. Smile.
Right. And I don't think that's enough for D-Link.
Sure.
No, that's like
Boot sector effect is something
that's like Imperm Ogre, right?
Grave.
Yeah, I don't
Kind
think.
to the difference in
Oh yeah, there's no way to make Zeraboros. Okay, I think that might be like the nail in the coffin here. Didn't have that extra extender.
Although if Quali does not OTK, I think MATHMECH will kind of have to follow up because they can search a tuner with Wicked on Quali's turn.
Halki
Summon
fight.
help?
Summon is fine.
Ooh, he's letting the Halki go through.
Ash.
Oh. The summon was fine,
I
but
think-
the effect was not.
But the effect is not.
Activate Ravine?
Yes, I'm not going to solemn strike you from the hand.
I'll activate Super Factorial.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going through with Super Factorial now. I don't think
I
there'll be
think this is I think this is good here because it denies the link arrows for guard dragon plays.
Right.
But alternatively, you could also wait for the guard dragons to come out, which will deny the LP access.
I'm gonna do that.
He's going to detach all three.
Yeah, so what do they do?
Banish. So.
Oh, it banishes the fiber, I believe.
Wicked banish as cyber streamer. Wait. Okay. On summon, detach these materials, activate these effects.
Just explain the effect.
Yeah, sends to grave.
So the placement is it in Girsu-like effect for the hand, the monster, and a spell and trap.
Yeah, it's kind of like I think yeah, kind of like a Trish.
Droplets. He has to send for cost.
I think he's. Is that a Napster router? No, it's a guard dragon.
Ooh, that's a spell. He was just negated.
Yes, so now he can actually. Oh, diameter is going to.
Oh, he didn't send a monster.
Yes, he did not. Okay.
That is big. I think that might be the game-ending play there.
Yeah, now he doesn't have the arrows for guard dragon plays.
And one of his hands are gonna just.
So he's left with one card.
One card in hand, normal summon used up, I believe. Since it's a grave, right?
It goes to grave.
Yeah, it goes to grave.
Ooh, and the chaos space hit from the hand. I think that kind of telegraphs the last card is not a monster. Because he didn't send a monster with droplet, he sent guard dragon. I think that was his one
I don't think he opened any monsters.
Right. Are we in 2019 playing Striker? Anyways, Qual is going to be looking for an answer. I don't think there is one. I think this might just be game.
How many cards in here?
I have 4.
Yeah,
4 cards versus
too
1.
much advantage.
He is up +6.
Guess I'll activate Synchron.
Guard Dragon will be what he needs, I think.
This is why I messed up. I was going to.
Yeah, he should have summoned Tracer, I think.
Yeah.
Wait, no, he can't because he summoned this. Yeah,
He should have summoned Tracer
off.
off the quick launch when he summoned the rocket Synchron.
I think he was expecting a
hasn't-
router play.
I'll let you try to cover that.
Oh, and he ends on that. I think this might be just game.
I think this is game 2.
There's no cards in hand, or no cards left on field, there's no unknowns, and he has his entire board to work with. I think.
So he's just speedily assembling lethal here.
Right, and I think this might just be lethal on its own. This is the set. Oh, I think he got the second Alimbertion. During his last list, I believe he was on 1 Alimbertion, but he said that you should be playing 2.
Yeah, it was for budget reasons. Oh, and he's playing the one of. Is that?
Yeah, he was on this last time. You play this because you can search it off Final Sigma, and it helps your combo. You know, you search it off Final Sigma too.
MATHMECH equation.
Because Sigma floats into it.
Mm-hmm.
He's just speeding through this, and this is just game.
There's the Final Sigma. Yeah, I think that's 6,000 damage.
Yeah, that's 6,000.
And he can attack twice on monsters, although.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah, this is game.
That is. That's time.
I'm in current phase, so I'll attack for 6,000.
Alright.
Alright, let's
so
get him.
MATHMECH takes this round. 2-1.
Jeez, that was crazy to watch.
That was actually very interactive compared to what you would expect from a combo here.
Can you go up and tell people that it's time, Laran?
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't stall for time.
Can you ping?
I couldn't.
No, I can't ping. You need to go tell them because they won't look at the chat.
Or something, because I didn't have anything, so.
Okay, that
Time
was.
in the round.
For you to like slow down and let me think, because like
It's time in the round.
I didn't have any cards in hand. I didn't have anything on field.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Please proceed to end your current phase.
Yo, thinking.
Yo, think on red. Think on.
It's time in the round.
Yo, man, GG's, dude.
Oh no, because then all you do is.
That
go
was a
battle phase,
crazy
swing
batch.
Heavy damage, and then I lose.
We'll be back with. I'm gonna mute. We'll be back with the next round shortly.
Good game.
I'm excited to see both these players potentially make it to the day 2. We saw them both in it last time. I want to see them there again. These are two really cool decks that they're playing, and they both know their own decks really well. They know how to play the game.
Should I leave? I assume yes. Goodbye.
Yes. Anyways, we'll be back with the next round very shortly. I'm going to go ahead and put up the pairings soon, get everything recorded, make sure everything is correct, and I'll see you all with the next round. Did not take very long to get back to the next round. We'll be watching Zach versus Bill next. Don't worry about muting us, just set up normally.
Yeah, we know. We know.
I've never been a feature.
Okay.
I did feature you
dude.
once.
No, it got canceled because my opponent quit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I remember now.
That's tough.
I think Bill recently did a deck profile with us, right?
Yeah. He,
Tyler, how long do we have?
uh,
I'm gonna pause. Okay.
what do you mean? Time
I was
spent
gonna pause.
7. You're fine. Just go ahead.
Yeah.
I think we featured him on our channel.
We featured him on our channel. He did a NUMERON ELDLICH Dragoon deck profile, and I believe that's
I did
what he's on
order
right
it
now.
too, Bill.
You just did?
I think
Yeah.
it has been giving
much?
him a lot of success. I
236
think it was like
after
4
tax.
minutes, right?
Jesus. Off TCG?
Yeah.
So we're likely to
But they're
see
from the
some
same seller.
golden boy action here.
Okay.
Alright, and versus Zach's
that's what I'm saying.
Dogmatica Invoked. Probably the only good invoked shell right now.
Mhm. Yeah. Invoked Eldlich has a way been power crept by something like Zodiac Eldlich or Dragoon Eldlich.
I think Zulich is probably the best shell for Eldlich.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, because gives Eldritch a good win condition and
We'll listen to
a recursive engine for Zeus.
Right. Well, we'll be going into the game one. In 2 minutes, remind me to start the timer this time.
Mm-hmm.
No, it wouldn't be annoying. It would just be loud.
Sure, it would be. You just
No, it would be annoying.
talk
It would
in
be
your
annoying.
ear.
I wonder if we'll get another awesome match like the one we got before. This is a much more control-like matchup compared to the
Mhm.
last combo one. But even that combo went on for 50 minutes still. That was a crazy game, and ending
it
it
was
like
a
how
lot
it
of
did,
back
it
You
and
won't
was
pull out Unchained right now.
really
Yeah,
good.
I like.
I can't switch
Yeah,
text.
it had a lot of cool interactions that we got to see.
I'm good.
Right. Going into this,
Alright,
I think that
One dice.
I don't believe Dogmatica Invoked have an easy way of getting over Dragoon. But
Yeah, the only okay. Well, Makaba can negate Dragoon,
But
and
you're
also Fleur de Lis can. So if you can assemble both of those pieces, you can out a Dragoon.
did that same shit to me.
But the problem
Right.
the problem becomes when they have the Eldlich Conquistador and they also have the Numeron cards.
yeah,
Not
that becomes difficult.
Mhm.
And just Dragoon by itself, not hard,
So
but with
long.
everything else, that's gonna be
Yeah,
annoying.
it takes a lot of effort to out just a Dragoon.
Where is this?
Yeah.
Okay. You're going for
So I guess we'll get to finally see Bill's deck in action. I don't know how much has changed since his Winamat streak. He did go on to win 4 Winamats with this deck, and he'll be perhaps he'll appear in the top 4.
I don't know when to start.
But the top 4 do move on to the day 2 that
Oh,
happens tomorrow.
So time. You should start time now.
Good luck,
Oh, thank you.
Hafa.
Look how fun.
Stand
They're
by,
starting
man.
immediately when time starts.
Normal summon?
It looks
So
like
Zachary
will
is
be
going first
Do whatever you want.
with
He'll
the
start starting with
Alistair.
the Alistair. And, you know, this is probably one of the most big-brained plays that you need to have 100 IQ to understand is normal summoning Alistair.
Hey, if your opponent ashes you need that 100 to be able to hard draw the invocation.
Right. But he will be grabbing the invocation, most likely going into Almirage Secure
Artemis?
Gardener or Artemis.
Artemis? Yeah,
No,
Almirage I think is still the better one.
I believe Almirage is better still because you are
Yeah.
on Dogmatica. You
Yeah.
want
Yeah,
that
you want
option
the
for
Maximus.
Maximus.
Mm-hmm.
And people saw Artemis and saw like, oh my god, Invoke just became so much better. But the only place it's probably good is like Doll. Invoked Doll.
Yeah,
But Invoked
And
Doll isn't
so-
even really that good.
yeah, because invocation does not fuse the dolls from field, or fuse the Artemis from field, rather.
Right. So he'll be putting the invocation back, getting the Alistair, you know,
The
classic
recursion.
Invoked. It's what Invoke does. It's been
And
doing
he
it
starts
since.
setting.
Ooh.
No Nadir. He is not
Phase
playing
one.
around with Mech Knights.
Nope.
Half is fine.
Well, I think these players are familiar with each other,
I
so they
believe
likely know what each
Yeah,
other
they both know what each other are playing. But what could those sets be that could be impactful in this matchup? Ooh, opening the Twin
Ooh.
Twister, not a conventional.
Pitching Sanguine.
It's not a
I think Dogmatica
conventional.
Punishments.
Anything in response?
Likely, unless those are all. I don't think those are Lich cards, right? Yep, those are punishment and
Compulse. It
Couples?
looks.
That's fine.
yeah. That's a rare sight in 2021. And the Droplet.
What did he pitch with Droplet? Oh, he pitched Twin.
He
He pitched Twin.
Twin Twisters. His board is demolished.
And then
Oh,
Harpies. I don't know.
I don't know why he did that instead. I think he wanted to get the Sanguine Engrave. Otherwise,
yeah, that's just gonna be game.
yeah, I think it's kind of wasteful, but this is OTK.
I mean, if he just wins, it doesn't matter.
Oh,
Sure.
hey, there could be hand traps. There could be like something like I don't know, Effect Veiler.
I remember
Which no one-
when some people were saying that Boros Sword should be banned because no deck should be able to have just such a free OTK. And then then they released the Numeron cards, and these cards just like slam out
8,000
in OTK. It's just
with a
so easy
control
to
deck
kill.
too.
Right.
And it's in a control deck too. The only downside is very restricted to use.
Fuck?
Right.
You heard me say GG like right when I drew my hand.
Zachary says GG went through his head.
This might be either a quick match or a long one. We just have to see how it goes.
I think when Bill Wade decides to go first, I think we could see a Zexel, which will drag the match on quite long.
Right. And you know, Numeron, it's just Numeron. You know, it's you either open the out or you don't, and if you don't open the out, you're in for a long, painful game.
Yeah, it's generally 2 to 3 turns of Zexal lock. You can't activate anything, and then they'll just punch you with Golden Lord.
Right.
I think generally these strats are pretty linear, but since they're control decks, player skill can
they are
definitely
really
come in
linear, but there's at least a degree of like decision making.
Yeah, with like the non-engine cards that they play, like the generic traps and hand trap.
But I feel like there's either going to be a lot to say about this game or just not much, because he's on Numeron Eldritch GOON. Like he's either just going to summon one monster, sit on it, and win, or he's just going to get stomped because Zach has the outs.
Yeah.
And
I don't know if we're gonna get to see Bill's spicy tech this time. It's he plays a Nightmare Unicorn to spin itself back to turn on his Numeron engine, which I think is pretty cool. It reminds me of Spiral.
He did tell me about that, but or during the deck profile he did say that. I just want to see Zach. I'm going to be real. I want to see Zach out the Numeron engine. I want to see Zach win.
Yeah, I mean, that involves either drawing something like Droplet or Gamma, or just sitting out 3 turns without dying, which is very possible on a control deck.
Because like, if you just don't commit to the board, there's nothing for Bill to OTK through. Because like, while Numeron can just OTK out of nowhere, they also can just not.
Yeah, they need the opponent to have a big monster on board for them to hit with. With Cursed Outland here, and
he's going to be using Cursed Outland to grab from his deck Hokero.
Oh, which...
So with Eldon on field, he won't be able to actually OTK with the gates. So he needs a way to remove it, which he has to neg himself heavily for. With...
Or he could just put the Eldlich in the graveyard. Because he's going first, so he doesn't need to remove the Cursed Outland right now. Also, very interesting decision from Bill. I think he is on 2 Cursed Outland because he says it's too hard to remove.
Right, and that was his decision for being on 2, which I can see why, kind of. At the same time,
yeah, it's like interesting.
They're just going straight into the Zexal, just not wasting time. Zexal hits the board. This card just says no.
And he sets 4. Oh no.
So what I'm hoping to see is a way to out both the Zexal and the back row. There's the Gamma.
So he needs Golden Land. Well, he didn't preempt the Golden Lord, so I don't think Golden Land
is allowed to resolve. And what I want to see next is I want to see a Harpies. And if
Omega?
a Harpies hits the boards, he could go Omega too. Omega into Lightning Storm, that works too.
He does not run the Omega. He is playing the Shaddol package. The Schism, just a Schism.
Nadir is a good one, but Bill has no cards in hand, I believe.
I don't know how he's going to break through this board, but generally Eldritch Interruption is not that scary for something like Dogmatica Invoked. Because they are like targets on the field. Well, not on the field, but they can go into the grave.
Really, he got through. Okay, so you're saying Entis. He doesn't see the. I guess he doesn't see the value in the Shaddol package, which valid he shouldn't, because Window won't stop the gates.
Yeah,
You
I
only
mean,
you
yeah.
only need to special summon once to summon all 4 gates. Because
Mhm.
of how it works. Which is
Yeah,
pretty
it's a great
nasty.
way to out. Yeah, Numeron Engine, I think when it first released, was a great way to out Dogmatic Invoked, which was meta at the time.
So there will be no kind of
Green hand, right?
complete wipe for the back row, but he will be normal summoning the Ecclesia. This will shut down his back row.
You know nothing.
Or his extra
Entis?
deck.
What? I don't. What did Entis pop? I don't think
The
Entis.
field spell.
Oh, right.
I'll drop
He
it.
doesn't
Which
want that
makes-
field spell remaining just to OTK him.
Droplet. Droplet sending Cursed Outland, which will then trigger.
So you'll just negate the Ecclesia, so he still has access to the extra deck.
I think this is going to be a very grindy match.
So that we know there's at least one Hakero live face down. We don't know if he has a Sanguine, but most likely does. Because if he didn't, I think he would probably search the Golden Lord.
Yeah,
Sure.
I think at this point your only Wakero target is like Alistair
Yeah, you
to
probably
prevent the invocation.
I'll go for it.
right. There's not much to Hakero, but he will be going probably just to block the Ecclesia.
25.
Yeah, 2 bodies does make Anaconda though.
Right. So there goes Hakero off the board, and look at the state of Eldlich now. They're
Search the Hakero, so the other two are not.
I think he's going into Induk.
thing is now
Very
he
interesting.
has 2 cards. He started the turn with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards, and now he's left with 2. But he will be getting 2 more cards at the end.
Cosmic targeting
End of the
line
turn.
close to your
Cosmic Cyclone. So it's really good because it will permanently remove the Eldritch cards.
Right. And there goes a
But he does-
Conquistador.
Engrave.
So I guess he was just waiting for
set
something to happen that he could Cosmic reactively, but now that he has no more plays, he's just gonna go ahead and remove.
I think Bill is actually on White Destiny. Yeah, he is. So he will be able to get that alongside the Scarlet City.
Right. Which, yeah,
If he
he's
chooses
gonna-
to do so. He could also stagger them.
So the thing about grabbing
Which is
Scarlet
great
is
with
that.
Con. Okay.
So the thing about Scarlet is that if he does use it, then he can't use the gates,
Yeah.
which I think Zach is fine with.
Stand by.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna draw a card.
He still has 1 calling left in his deck.
So in these control matchups, card advantage is probably what reigns supreme, and right now Dogmatica has 1 card over Bill.
Yeah. It's card advantage and being able to resolve those power cards that let you get that kind of card advantage. Something like Nadir or Numeron Network. Or Scarlet Sanguine.
Right.
Anything on those?
Sanguine by itself is just a net neutral, but
It's an engine
Send
start.
me the lead main.
Right, once you start your turn, you're gonna be once you go to the next turn, Sanguine's gonna start getting your stuff in circulation, such as every other trap. This is why Eldlich is normally so just annoying to deal with.
Yep.
In all honesty,
Yeah.
is that it just keeps
Because they
bringing
keep
stuff
coming
back
back.
and keeps coming back and keeps coming
Sure.
back, and you have to survive through like 7 turns of grind before you're ever
Second
close to getting them
Sanguine?
down.
So now Bill has 2 Eldlichters left in his deck.
Right, he has the 1
Which-
Sanguine and the 1 White, and he still has 1 Conquistador and 2 Hakero.
Yeah, you
I believe if he puts any other body on board,
Man,
I think this is Dragoon, which will likely just end the game.
the deer.
Sure.
Ooh, does he have a
and
negate?
second
Ash?
Nadir?
Don't.
No, it
Oh
doesn't look like it.
no.
The second Nadir is
What does
gonna
he
be-
send here? Does he play the aerial? I'm not sure if he plays aerial.
Most likely
I-
not, but Ariel would
No.
really just ruin Bill's day.
Aerial would be really good in this situation.
No,
But
he's
he
gonna
doesn't.
send the second Intis. I don't think it's
Mhm.
wrong to go for App Clone here still, but I don't think he has more cards in hand.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to really. Well, Schism isn't really that good if you don't have Apcolon.
Well, is he not on App Clone?
He's not. No, he's on Apcolon. He's not on aerial. and that's like the main Eldritch killer.
So Antis will pop the Golden Lord, but you know he has the
I don't-
Sanguine, so I think you just go for the face down.
Normal.
You want to know
Well,
what that is.
yeah.
I'll combo the Graves the one.
That's called by.
Right, and if you had just...
Oh, he can call by the grave the Ecclesia engrave, which will negate the Ecclesia on field.
15.
This is going to attack for 15. I believe Bill
Nice.
can just
He can
Sanguine
do-
here if he wants.
Oh, he's taking the
Damage
damage.
stuff.
Oh
And then
no!
Numeron wall. I think... Oh wait, no, he can't.
Right, you discard it, right?
He can, right?
Oh, I just summoned.
Because he took damage.
Oh, after you take damage to summon.
Oh, never mind. That's the other
Um,
card. You have to control no cards except Numeron Wall for the first effect, but when you take battle damage, that works.
Yeah.
Okay. I was
Alright,
thinking of the first effect that you have to control.
I
the
am
other cards.
I'm going to go do a judge call on table 4, so I'll be
Okay.
back.
So right here, he just needs to end phase Sanguine.
Sure.
Well, that works too, but he also does have access to Dragoon. And if he goes for it, we'll see, but Zach still has 2 face downs.
What? Stand by me.
Bill going to his next turn. Oh, he... Probably going to send the Sanguine to summon the Eldlich.
Normal summon.
Doing so is risky. Summoning the second wall. Is he going to go into Vert now?
Let me look at the card real quick.
It does nothing. Literally does nothing on the field if I control cards. If I control no cards except this, I could activate an outlet.
It's cards or monsters? I thought it was
Cards.
monsters.
Just cards. It's not monsters.
I am back.
So we talked about Numeron Wall's first
Okay.
effect. Bill cannot get the Numeron network.
Alright, so I think he's gonna overlay into Bird. No, this is Anaconda. Yes.
Birthday.
So we
we'll
will
see
be
the
going for
Bird.
Anaconda. He's just trying to go for his game plan
No, summon's good.
of just
As
Dragoon.
Triff says,
Good summon.
stick to the game plan.
I'm thinking in response.
Does he have Dogmatica punishment for the Anaconda here?
Chain Ice Dragon starting Eldritch.
Ooh.
Targeting Eldritch. Very interesting.
He doesn't actually have the Sanguine anymore to save it.
Well, if he chains Sanguine, now he doesn't have the Dragoon.
Dragoon.
Well,
Yeah.
the problem is Ice Dragons is also a Dragoon out. So,
Right, so he
I
just
think,
wasted the... Or maybe he has
Yes.
a plan.
One side.
and I think right now Dragoon is just gonna burn him for 2,500 damage.
Subtracted 200. Effective Verte.
Pay cost?
So
Oh, it looks like Zach does have an
when,
answer
when
for
you hear
Verte.
pay cost,
I'll chain it perm.
There's the
Imperm.
Imperm. In the column, I believe. Oh, I need to move the follow notification.
mhm. So another.
You need to move that over. Just sit
Python,
down.
can I still summon cards after this? Or no?
Can you
I
still
believe
summon
you can.
cards?
You can.
I don't know.
You can.
I can?
Yeah.
Yes,
You
you
can
can.
still. You can still summon
Because
monsters after.
Verte's restriction locks him as part of effect resolution.
Yep.
I don't know if Bill's thinking or waiting for an answer, but give him the answer. So Dragoon's not gonna hit the board, but what else does Bill have? That one face down, I believe, was a Conquistador or something set? I
Yeah,
can't remember
it's
what-
like
Okay.
So we will be using the Sanguine, but he doesn't have a Golden Lord.
I th-
I think
yeah,
he-
the Golden Lord is now stuck
no,
on
he-
the other.
No, he can just end phase and get the Golden Lord.
Activate con.
Oh, he will be going. Is he gonna? No.
Spider. No, Induk. This is. Oh! Hold on. That doesn't. Is he going to go Unicorn? I think this is Unicorn to spin back the Golden Lord? Or is he.
There's no cards in hand.
No pass.
Oh,
He's just gonna
right.
pass on that.
I don't know if that was the right play.
I don't understand why he did that play. Did he just want to save his life points? He is getting pretty
I
low.
think-
Oh, I think that
think
was
he
just
wants
to save
to
his life points.
Right. Or he could get Conk and Grave. But also, he does run a second Red Ice Fusion, but not a second Anaconda.
Going to attack.
But this is just like a hop, skip, and a jump from
Effective
winning.
flare in hand.
Oh, there's the Fleur. This is 5,000. This is 5,500.
So he
7,500
does-
damage.
Right, but he doesn't have game because he has to attack through
So,
2 bodies.
25 and a 22.
Yeah. Well, Eldritch is on his field now.
Yeah, he has to attack.
But-
Does Ice Stream?
Yeah, that's not a game. He's so he has 75 minus 22. He's missing full by like 700 points.
Yeah, 700 points is what he's,
Okay.
or 400 points is what he's missing.
Hmm.
He attacks with
please
Fleur,
attack.
or not Fleur.
Yeah, effective flare is fine.
Oh right, he has the Wakero, so
Yeah,
he's
that's
not
why.
going to.
He's not gonna game, but it's gonna certainly be close. And now Bill's playing off a top deck,
So 2000.
and he's gonna get
Mhm.
he's gonna get Scarlet Sanguine, but that's gonna be like his last Sanguine for the game.
Well, he does play White Destiny. He does play one copy of White Destiny.
Set one and pass.
You gotta start
So if
posting
that-
when you resolve judge calls, by the way.
Okay.
But anyways, he will be able to get Sanguine in the end phase, most likely. Yeah, that's what he's going for. But that's it. He's gonna have access to white with Haketo,
Half cut.
and he's just threatening to game him next turn. If he
Mhm.
can't draw anything good.
And I think if that set is an interruption, I think that seals the deal.
Right, Zach's last card could just completely...
It's like a punishment or another. I think Zach takes game 2.
Yes. See how they go about it. Gonna
Show me
activate
the
the
fucking
Sanguine.
here. Not VFD Turbo being played.
Well, you know, it's not VFD Turbo. It's just a different kind of Xyz monster block.
VFD.
It's like VFD Mini.
It's a VFD for control decks.
Yeah.
Response. Okay, I see your grave.
Does he have another Ice Dragon's Prison? Because he will be able to summon a monster and then banish the 2 Golden Lords.
Yeah, he could just banish both.
Activate Ice Dragons targeting Unicorn.
Oh!
The
Oh,
second
no.
Ice Dragons, and then he's just gonna banish both
Banish
Lords.
both Eldliches.
That's destructive for the Eldritch engine.
Generally, Eldritch only runs 2 golden.
Yeah, he is
So-
only on 2, I believe.
Yes, and unless they run something like Shen
And
Shen,
it
I
looks
don't
like he's
think
just
there is-
scooping it up.
Yes, Yeah, his only way out was to hard draw second Red Ice Fusion in his deck,
Yeah, and
which
he
is
only
very.
had one more in the deck. And he plays 2
Mhm.
because Verte is going to get stopped.
Well, I think if he's going to play 2, he should play 2,
Ow, what?
but he only plays 1.
Red Ice Fusion? No, he's
No,
on
he
2.
plays
Oh,
2
right.
Red Ice Fusion, but 1
Yeah.
Verte, so he can't
OTK
add
Oh,
machine.
right.
OTK machine.
OTK machine. He said.
Zach taking game 2 Swifty, going into game 3. Sadly, I do think that Bill has the upper hand here, but it was good to see Zach actually
Bill-
win
is
through
Bill-
that.
But
But is Bill going to blind second? I know he
I
blinds second.
believe he will. Because, like, all he has to do is side in, like, Kaijus, and if he Kaijus and then activates Network, it's...
Kaiju's
It feels
droplets back up.
sacky, but that's the game. That's just game.
That's I mean, to be fair, that is the game plan. They are running like 20 board breakers, so that's like they
Their
are.
plan
going
is
to
just to finish it quickly, and then leave enough time to go get lunch.
it's kind of interesting because they are a grindy control deck in Eldritch, but they can also finish games really quickly with the back row.
Right, Eldritch is
Strange.
more of an afterthought, I feel. It's more what you... Instead of relying on it, it's what you go back on.
Yeah, it's just there to give a lot of Eldritch variants play in this way, where they have like their main core engine, and then they just use Eldritch as a recursive engine in case they fail their game plan.
Right. And I think the only deck that doesn't really do that is Invoked Eldritch. That's more two different engines doing their own things.
We should have plenty of time.
Mhm.
But
And,
we've seen it. We've
well,
seen it in Zoolich. We've seen it in Synchrolich. They all do their own thing with Eldritch as a backup plan.
Well, the merit to those engines though is that they actually do synergize with Golden Lord. Like say, Invoked can put a Golden Lord from hand to grave. Zoo can pop Outland, and Synchrolich can put cards from hand to grave.
Yeah, I think it was Rem who was saying, bro,
Right.
when will it ever come up that Ice Dragons will banish both Eldliches?
When I was playing Strike,
There you see it.
dude, I banished
It comes
so
up
much.
all the time. I did it yesterday in a Grandmaster, and I made it. The kid did what I do whenever like you just get when like you're pissed off and you lose. You just say, "You got it." Dink. Just
He just left.
Just having some
He
fun
was not
banter.
having it.
You always love
Because he
that.
won game 1 and then I won 2 and 3.
Right, so
You're good.
I lost my train of thought, sorry. Yeah,
Bill
that's
coming
right.
in with his pile shuffle.
Doing all 3 games. Is he on more than 40?
I think he is on 40.
Sticky.
Is double
He is on
sleeve
42.
like
I
Does it
sleeve it
do
'cause I
anything?
have a.
Oh yeah, he's double sleeving, that's right. A bit unconventional deck building, but I guess you don't want to see the bricks in
free deck no.
the two, the Dark Magician and the Red Eyes Black Dragon.
Mhm.
He is on 2 Haketo, which is interesting.
No, that's standard.
Isn't standard 3 now?
No, it's actually still 2. You don't have the space to play the third one. You could though. Actually, funny enough,
I think he does have the space to play the third.
he does. But so funny enough, the standard ratios for Eldritch,
One.
there's still 2 Akiro, but now you actually include either black or white Elixir in your loadout because 3 Scarlet is not enough for you to grind with anymore.
Right,
So
but
generally you play
the format has gone so much slower since Eldritch has been, you know, in its prime that now you need to rely on more than just 3 Scarlet. You need that white that that gets you your extra mile, pretty much.
Now you can't just win the game by normal summoning Jet Synchron and go Savage draw 4.
Right.
Yeah.
But it looks like Bill actually chose to go first. Maybe he was thinking Zach was expecting him to go second.
Bamboozling.
Or maybe this is Bill's normal game plan, because Zach did win the die roll. Zach did choose to go first in the first game. So we don't know what Bill is on Lightning Storm and Harpy, so you'd think he's trying to go second, and Twin Twister.
Anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
Let's play count the sets. Oh, set 1?
Oh, no, it looks like it's going to be a set 4.
Standby.
Oh no, it's a set 1 pass.
Yeah, 3 cards in hand. Likely hand traps. And the
traps,
Zexal comes.
or just stuff he doesn't want to, you know, commit to the board again.
I think Zexal resolves.
And,
But with traps, it shouldn't matter that much since he can just remove.
Right.
set 2.
You cannot activate
Set
any cards now. He did not draw the Zexal out, which is unfortunate.
Well, if he plays traps, it's good that he plays traps because he can actually out the Zexal. Because Zexal only works on the opponent's turn.
Right, but it's kind of sad to see, you know.
No! The Harpy's coming in again!
No, he's gonna... No! Okay, so you punishment the Zexal, right? But now you're just letting him have another use of Numeron.
Or you can remove the Numeron network,
Oh,
too.
he could just... Well, I don't think he cares about the network, does he? Oh.
Oh no! The Red Eyes fusion!
And then there's
Power
the Ash, and then there's the
power.
Strike.
Okay, he had everything.
That is just, you know... You get rid of
Unfortunate.
Zexal, and then just say activate Red Eyes Fusion. It's like, okay then. During my own Winamat, I played 1, and the guy evenly matched me, and then just Red Eyes Fusion me. It's like, I guess I just didn't have the Ash. Yeah, it feels really sad. But you know, I'm actually excited to see if Zach can get through the Dragoon. We know he does play outs. He does play ways to get around it. So I don't think it's entirely over.
Yeah, if he can assemble both engines of his deck, I think he does have a shot at outing Dragoon. Because it's only just Dragoon and nothing else at this moment.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. Since you did that,
Unless he starts setting cards.
Oh, we're all good.
Standby.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's just Dragoon. Do you think there are any hand traps in him?
How many in hand, too?
Where did his battle phase go? Ooh, Prosperity is a good one. This lets him dig
It
for
is.
those outs, and if Bill sees one of those outs, that means his Dragoon negate will be just stuck.
That 3,000
Yeah, like you have to negate the out, obviously.
That'd be funny.
So you have to stop the Prosperity, or else you're done. Like, you can't let Prosperity resolve, because then you give them the chance to see those outs.
Is that okay?
Yeah, like droplet. Like this is like this is just duality, but it doesn't lock you from special.
Ooh, I
summon.
think he got ashed.
Yes, that was an F.
That is unfortunate.
Meltdown?
Meltdown.
Meltdown's a good one.
Do you think he negates Meltdown here or Alistair? I think you negate Alistair.
I believe
Oh,
you negate Meltdown.
Why? But
okay.
oh, it doesn't matter.
Oh!
That is the out to Dragoon.
Wait, how does this out Dragoon? Schism?
No, Fleur.
Fleur. Oh, yeah, you get to see Fleur. Ooh, okay. Bill's probably not liking it so much.
Well, I mean, it is a trade of power card.
Right.
Although I would say
One is
I think-
considerably more expensive.
Mhm.
know.
Although I would say you negate the Alistair though, right? Because chances of drawing Invocation are lower than chances of drawing Meltdown. Alistair.
Right, but
But in this
I'd say
situation-
why risk it though? Because like if you negate, yeah, okay, I can see
Well,
what you mean
'cause,
now. I see
they're
what you
more
mean now.
Alistairs,
Yeah,
so-
I see what you mean now. Oh, he's sending
Apolone?
Apolone.
Because
Oh yeah, because he can
does
just get
Bill-
Fleur. He just get Fleur now.
Mhm. And get Schism.
Wait, but then what does he send from hand?
The Schism.
Just sends
I
it.
guess.
Does he not have?
I mean-
does he not play the other dolls in deck?
No, he doesn't play main deck duels.
I don't think. Oh wait, no. I
I
think
think
he.
he
I think
should've
he
sent
should have
it.
just summoned in Tis.
Titanic Lab. Or
Oh.
Titanic Lab.
So now he's just gonna go to pop the field spell.
Yeah. Also, why in defense mode?
Probably because he wasn't planning on going Ecclesia.
Maximus effect.
He could just beat over the Dragoon.
Maybe.
and then attack.
Oh wait, what's he on?
Yeah,
Hold on.
this activates.
Oh yeah, you already told me.
Maximus?
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Oh,
Let me
maybe
check
he's
out-
just setting up.
Let me check out his list. What is he on in the extra deck? I think he's only on.
The
Oh, he
Shadow
is
package.
on. He is on Construct, so he can send Construct to get back the Schism, which will
Yes.
be big. Because that Titanic
Yeah,
Lad
so-
and Construct means that he'll get back Schism. He has 2 ways to force the Dragoon negate,
Oh, I see what you're doing.
but now he has no way to get rid
Well-
of Numeron Network, so he
And
wants to
they-
negate
Well, the problem-
Dragoon.
The problem is, on Bill's turn, he will draw a card, and then he can use that card for Dragoon to negate the Schism.
Yeah, but now he has 2 cards to force it.
Yeah, he has
Fleur-
Fleur too, which is
And
really
I think he wants to resolve Fleur over Schism, because if he removes Dragoon's body, then he can just Numeron Network.
good. Well, I think he has to force the Dragoon with something like Schism, right?
Yes, I'm saying he should force it with Schism rather than Fleur. It's
Yeah.
not a case
Mhm.
of can he force it, it's a case of what does he want to force it with.
Yep.
Because he has 2 cards that forces negate. So Dragoon's pretty much gone. Window won't stop the gates. Because the gates all summon all at once. So-
Yeah, I don't think this is OTK. Yeah, he has too many bodies.
Chain Schism.
Dragoon effect chaining Schism? Oh yeah, well, Fleur's gonna negate, so it's fine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So he does still want to send the body.
hmm
I think he has to put Winda in defense.
Oh, he's putting Winda in attack. I'm not sure if that was the right call.
Network?
Because now he can just network and then he has...
He has the as you would say, the gaping mouth waiting for him to jump in.
Right. This will be his only special summon for the turn, and he just needs to remove the body of Winda. But I guess there is merit in putting Winda in attack, because then he can't just get a free attack with the gate. Because
Well, he
everything
can
there, I believe, has over 1,000 defense.
Well, I mean, he doesn't need to necessarily remove the bodies. He can just punch for damage. I mean, they're both on 8k, right? Are they?
No.
No.
no,
There's a strike result.
his strike was resolved. And he only has 4 cards left in the extra deck. So he can get rid of the entire board, but the likelihood of him having something else to go into that will actually win this game.
Well, I know.
He can go into
Oh
Mega.
yeah, the Dogmaticas can't be destroyed by battle.
Right.
Oh, that's big.
With extra deck monsters. He can still punch Winda for a ton of damage though.
Right, but that's not gonna game. And if it's not game, then well, does it really
Wait,
matter?
is it just Ecclesia or all
Are they
Dogmaticas?
are they calculating damage? What happened? I think he might have attacked twice into something and then just attacked over the window.
25.
Probably.
It's actually.
Also, only Ecclesia is
Protected?
immune to. Yeah, is
that's
protected.
fine.
Yep. This is Mega Clops.
But I don't think he has too much trouble outing Megaclops. So now Network is dead. He's used all of his gates. There's probably a unicorn left.
How does he have Mega Clops? He needs to hard draw. Like punishment. He doesn't. I don't think he plays a target for punishment though.
He can also Maximus here. He's not
wait, his
checking
only. Oh, okay, his only Mega Clops out is Imperm. It's just Imperm.
Any of his traps though, right?
No,
Honestly,
because he not Ice Dragons because there isn't a machine. Oh no, the gate. No, you can't summon the gates.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah, you can
just...
summon. You can summon the gates.
No, the gates weren't properly summoned.
Yeah, they were.
No, it doesn't count as a proper.
Yes, it does. Oh no, it doesn't.
I will just set one.
It doesn't. It just special summons them.
I swear to God, you could special summon the game. I'm tripping.
Yeah,
No, I used to play Numeron Generate. Can't revive the gates with Mega
how many's
Clops.
in your extra deck? You shouldn't have any more Numeron.
3 in my extra.
3.
But what he can do.
So
Is
the
he
thing
can
about
revive-
Bill's deck here is that he's just out of resources. He has no. It looks like he doesn't have any access to this Eldritch engine. He's sitting on Megaclops.
Which, I mean, to be fair, you can revive Zexal and you remove an opponent's card that way.
There's Chaining, Ice Dragon.
You have Machine Grave?
Well,
You can't summon the machines.
Yeah, I know. Do you have any, what else do you got?
Alright. I think.
That spellcaster, Fiend, the dragon, spellcaster. No machines in summon.
So there are no machines in there.
Let's special. Oh, I can do Dragoon if I wanted.
You think it's a special Dragoon?
Well, he can take Dragoon. The effects will be negated, but still a 3k body.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Why not?
Pyther, it doesn't. The ice dragon doesn't get attached anymore.
Wait, can I even target Dragoon? Can it be targeted in grave?
Yes, it can.
It
But
can
also,
target.
it will not.
It's marked to go to grave.
Hold on. I don't believe it'll attach. Will not attach.
No, it's marked to go to grave. It won't attach. Normal traps when flipped get marked to go to grave.
Not get summoned.
He's checking.
Oh wait, I haven't unmuted myself when I said that, so might have.
Yeah, you didn't. It's fine.
Yeah, I think they'll
Anyways, this
resolve it
game
properly.
has slowed down considerably, but Megaclops is going to be kind of annoying to out. Because I don't think he does.
Wait,
I don't
what?
think he plays the punishment.
Wait, why is the Ice Dragon still on field?
I think they're waiting on Willing.
Oh, Ice Dragon is marked to go to grave, so it won't be attached.
I'm saying, but what does Exo summon?
Oh, that's
Wait,
okay.
can you say that again?
What does
Hold
it
on, hold on,
summon?
hold on. Yes, it will. Let's summons first.
Alright, Pog.
Okay. Battlefield?
That's all they were waiting for.
I'll attack Max.
It's going to battle. There's not much left to say about this game. We just need to see. We just need
Who
to see
reached it?
some kind of Megaclops out here.
Yeah, else Mega Clops would just run over
My Eldritch cards.
everything. I think he only has the Imperms in.
Which, if it's only the imprims, we're going to be sitting here for a while. But
Mhm.
Megaclops is just going to keep breathing down his neck.
Yeah, and every turn you can link off the Zex
6,060
to keep stealing another card.
I have 60.
Alright, the longer you wait, the more time it'll take for, and the more time,
I'm at 6,000.
more chances Bill will get to get into his Eldritch engine,
Eldritch.
and then
Oh, he has not used the Eldritch engine. Oh no.
1,800 from something.
right.
A slew of Link plays are gonna come out.
Oh, the
So
wall.
I have 62. I only have you at 65.
I'm trying to figure out what I put.
So he actually isn't on any Xyz
Oh, it's down to
monsters.
15.
So
Yeah. So
his only out will be Imperm.
You have 6,500.
There's no way I just took 500. Okay.
No, you have 6,500.
No, I know, I understand. I'm saying I have myself at 6,000, so I might have took 500 some, so I'm just making sure.
Oh, okay.
See, life point dispute.
Oh yeah, you did because you attacked.
Yeah,
to
the attack,
DC with 1,000.
yes, exactly. That's what I said.
Okay, cool.
Okay, yeah. Stand by, man.
So they will be. I just don't know how this is gonna go for Zach now, because Megaclops is really annoying.
Yeah.
And it's just
I think-
if it was just a body that couldn't be destroyed, you'd probably be fine. But the fact that
Yeah.
they can just keep eating your monsters and your spell and trap and stuff.
Not even Ecclesia is safe at this point. And Schism is dead now because he plays a minimal Shaddol package.
Right, so he's just gonna attack with the Megaclops.
Uh-huh.
That Eldritch engine very well might be online now. The Numerons are gone, but now you're just playing against Eldritch that has a Megaclops on field.
Yeah,
I think-
and your Dogmatica engine is exhausted.
Right.
Okay.
But I think once he does find that Imperm, he has a very quick getaway into Construct, and that just outs the Megaclops.
Does he? Oh, he still has the construct, right?
Yeah.
No, he
Oh
dumped
no,
the
he's
construct.
no, yeah, he did dump the Construct. Oh.
Yeah, so now his only out is like Alistair. His invoked engine is a tribute set,
Megaclops target, Zexal target Ecclesia.
sucking up the Ecclesia. What could he possibly tribute set? Driver? Oh,
Lancia, I think.
Sorry,
I think it has to
reveal-
be exactly Lancia.
Is that Imperial Order? And we know that last card is Judgment, the back row.
Imperial Order is unfortunate.
That is going to be 2,500. Yes.
2,500. And
Sure.
Yeah, 37.
that Schism's dead in the water. Zach has 2 cards to play with.
And
Infinite.
even if he top decks Imperm, right? Even if he top decks like Imperm,
Now it's too
Imperm
late.
Alistair.
I'm at 50.
Yeah. Do you Imperm the Megaclops or do you Imperm the
I mean, the Zexal's gonna probably exhaust its material now, so.
Yeah. I'm curious as to what he tributes.
Pass.
Probably Lancia, that's the only valid
Lancia?
target.
Yeah.
But he can't even go into the invoked package because of Imperial Order.
Yeah.
Please make sure to keep your Imperial Order costs down.
Oh. Yeah, I take 4. So I'm at 46. Sorry.
Unfortunately, in the TCG, players cannot die to Imperial Order.
That is mighty unfortunate, but
It would be very funny.
4.
that's a set Ash Blossom. That's about as desperate as it gets, I think.
Mhm.
We might see Numeron, Dragoon, Eldlich win the match. And
The deck's initials are end.
It sucks to see Dogmatic Invoke. I'm not gonna
And then
say they're out of the game right now, but it's looking very grim.
Mm-hmm.
And that
Yeah, they're
was
down in card advantage. Their cards are shut off, and they need to out the towers.
I was gonna set.
Passes. This is 5,000 to the face, right? Oh no, he's okay.
flip.
Yeah,
It is a lance.
that's the only card he could have possibly
Oh, I
tribute
take
set.
700.
So what does he make here? Omega. Oh no, he's just linking them off. Okay, and then he's going to.
He's gonna suck again for.
He could, or he could just spin it and then attack for 6,000, which is, I think, game
Back row.
back
He's gonna
row.
spin the back row. Ah, and it
Yep,
was
that's-
the out.
Can I even target my clubs?
Yeah,
Doesn't
it's
matter.
just untouchable monster.
Actually, yeah, I will target. Mega clubs. This will go back into the.
It
No,
doesn't.
no.
No,
It doesn't go.
I
It
don't-
doesn't
I
go
don't-
back. It doesn't go back into deck. It stays in the graveyard. Don't shuffle. Wait. I see shuffling.
What do you have?
Judgment.
Yeah, I don't know why he's
Yeah,
shuffling.
but how much life?
I have 16.
Well, that would be a.
Mega collapse, target Zexa, target your face down monster.
Sure.
I feel like this is unnecessary. I feel like you could. Actually, it's probably fine.
Attached.
No. Well, yeah.
That is the Alistair.
How many banners do you have?
He technically did have the out. It's just unfortunate.
It's just, yeah, it's you're under so many different floodgates in this deck.
Right. And I think this will just be game coming up very soon. I don't think there's a card in Zach's deck that will actually get him out.
I think the only out right now.
And there's the Zerboros.
And then you have 6 banners.
Yep, last game.
Gonna gain
I think no, it's not game because your damage is still half.
84 divided by 2 is 42, so battle phase is attack.
Okay.
Looks like he's
The
just
only
goofing it
out-
up.
The only out he would have done was imperm on Megaclops, which is in the column of Imperial Order, which is
Right.
very unlikely.
I mean, that could have happened. It's just unfortunate that it didn't. He just
Mhm.
didn't see the out fast enough, which sucks.
It'd be a very epic play.
But you know,
if
it was a
did.
good game. It was a long game.
It was a back and forth.
Right.
We got to see control decks out grinding each other.
I mean, yeah.
Right.
Crazy. I don't know why it was taking me so long to see a fucking engine card. It's driving
What,
me
dude? I did
nuts.
not see an Eldritch card that whole game. You cannot
I know. Well, okay, you saw
Having some
entire
bickering.
NUMERON engine.
Okay.
Twice.
That was the second
Yeah,
round
why?
match.
Killed my monster.
I believe that's 2-1 for Bill.
I mean, I expected it.
Yeah,
I
it
knew
was
I wasn't
2-1
gonna
for Bill.
die, so I was chilling. I just forgot Mega Clubs.
Zach tried his best, but couldn't get on top.
Yeah,
We're gonna move
in
on
modern-
to the non-feature match tables, so we'll no longer be
Yeah,
commentating.
I-
Oh, there actually
my
are
out
none.
was broken, and I
There
couldn't
are
do
none.
it.
Wow,
I couldn't see that.
very fast.
And then
Very
when I did,
fast
you had to
game.
order up.
So that will be the second round. Let me just put in the things.
Damn, that was a good
Reporting. We'll be going for a small break, and when we're
And
back,
I
we'll be here with
completely
round
misplayed.
3.
Wait, what happened?
I 100% misplayed. I didn't put imperm in the Imperial Order column, or I would have won.
I did judgment.
But I would at least I would have. No, I would have.
I did 7 with 2 points.
Yeah, you're
So I did.
right. Just gamma and hearts.
Oh, you know what was really fun though? Tribute set Lancey.
I mean, that was whatever. I couldn't figure out what that was. No, I took out Nibiru and Psalmstrom. And put in Gamma Harpies.
You took
Which,
out
I mean-
Strike? Strike's so good against me.
I was going second.
Oh.
And then I didn't know what you were gonna do, and I felt like I had enough outs for first or second in the main to where I didn't need strike.
Oh, yeah.
Alright. You can do half and then 3.
can do
how about 4? Half and then 4, okay.
Okay, we're getting on with the next round, round 3. This is more of an unconventional matchup. We're not following the top tables, actually. I believe both of these people are 1-1 currently.
And they're playing, I think, very interesting decks.
Right. On the top, we have Gamer Games, an old player of the Discord who hasn't been around as much, but has recently came back. He's currently on TENYI, I believe. And on the bottom, Brute is on Trap SHADDOLL.
Oh, I can Shadoll Fusion?
Sure.
Straightforward with the Doll Fusion.
Eastern area.
Eastern area. You never want to see Ariel
Good.
in hand like that.
Mm-hmm. It is still window, but you want to be making.
Okay.
Or you want to be making construct. I don't even think Winda is like the best move here.
Yeah.
I think an Apollo could make him go much farther.
Yes, because Apollo actually has protection and conserve. Well, I also think he should have normal summoned
so I will
Ariel. And then he should have normal summoned the Ariel and then linked it into secure guard.
Okay, so then I will.
He's not on secure guard now, Kitsu. It's not standard.
I will start with a foolish.
Alright, let me take a look at his deck.
I will send a. If I can find it.
Wow, he is not on a linked one. That is very interesting.
Oh, he's not even on.
I will then.
I believe he
normal
did say
summon
something about that to
Shafana.
me. He couldn't find his gravity controller.
And that will do.
So
yeah, he's not on.
It doesn't do anything until it's engraved. Well, I can
not
special if I control no effect monsters, but in
if he had either Secure Gardener or Artemis.
And I will link
but he doesn't have any link. Probably like an
I will go battle phase. Okay, I'll attack window. And on attack declaration, go ahead.
Oh, so go ahead.
So on attack declaration, I'll use Nahata to reduce window by 1500.
Okay.
So this is the window out here.
El Shaddol will be the out to this, but this will reset the special summon.
Window.
This will reset the special summon.
To go into another window.
He does get to add the El Shaddol back to his hand, though.
Resolution.
I think he wants to add Shaddol.
Chainlink 1 Ariel, Chainlink 2 window.
He can also trigger Ariel, which is pretty big in the
Ariel will banish 3
I
from
don't
grave.
think El is good here, because he's definitely going to lock
I'll
himself
banish your
into
2
an extra
monsters. Whatever monsters you have.
Yes, I think...
I have
think
one,
Shaddol
so I'll banish
Fusion was
that.
the better play.
Yeah, okay, so that's fine.
Okay, I'll go...
Playing
around
D shifter by not banishing the foolish burial.
I'll set 1, set 2, set 3, and I will
not known for playing D shifter. They need the graveyard.
I'll draw for turn.
Right, all of them is all, but 3 sets does not look great. One of those might be the Omni trap, the Omni negate trap that you want to play.
The rival fist of the TENYI. Well, thankfully he can just beat over this and not have to worry.
1.
Oh, is that a TENYI in the
Window
hand?
will attempt to attack your
TENYI can also activate in the hand, actually. Very interesting.
On declaration, I will use Heavenly Dragon Circle. So tribute a worm, and if it's I can add 1 to hand, or if it's a non-effect, as it is, I get to special it instead.
I'll
need to special 1 from deck.
That is fine.
Give me a second. I'll have
Sure.
Take a call.
So I believe. Okay, so
he tried. So tributing for costs. Now there's nothing on the field, so that's just 2200 to the face. That kind of hurts.
Yeah, and also because he doesn't control any non-effect monsters, he actually doesn't even get any of his grave effects.
Right.
One
I don't actually know what TENYI does, so I don't know what it's going to do about Winda.
Do something real quick.
So TENYI, right? They're just a recursive check. How
long are you gonna take? How long are you gonna take?
It's like 2 minutes.
Sure, just go do it.
Alright.
Damn it. Alright, so one of the players has to run off for a second. Oh, he actually left the call. Why did he leave the call?
No, he's still here. He's still here.
Why did he turn off his camera? Okay,
No, he's back on.
that was weird.
Anyway,
So what do you
So-
think? How do you think this matchup is gonna go? Because I know that it looks like he didn't have that many ways to get around Winda. He had the attack removal, but he also had but Brute had SHADDOLL.
so I think he's likely going to just what can he do? Okay.
I think he can Vishuda back the Winda, which I think
he can
bounces it.
he can Vishuda. Although the problem with Vishuda is that he needs and he can't spell. It is a I think a 2000 defense monster though. So
What? Vishuda?
is it 2000 or 3000? Vishuda, yes.
Unsure, but
Ajna is 2650, which you can wall with.
right. But the SHADDOLL player is just gonna be picking up cards while you wall, and once
Mhm.
SHADDOLL starts getting cards, that's when they get like unkillable, pretty much.
Yeah, like when they're able to resolve something effect. Oh, Vishuda is 2500, so you can also.
Let's
I
hope
think
Brute
TENYI
doesn't
is-
take too long, because this is gonna
Uh-huh.
kind of ruin the.
I think TENYI's biggest strength though is it's so it's either the Draco Berserker or the Sahasrara, which is their Link 4. And so the Link 4 gets to copy a monster on the opponent's field as a token, and then it prevents attack and effect targeting on all effect monsters that the TENYI player controls.
So it's a pretty damn good.
Mhm.
Oh, there goes
It's
his
very
camera.
good.
Sorry about that.
Protection effect.
We were still in battle, right?
Yeah, you had just so I just tributed off Monk and you ashed.
Okay. So read the clear for
22.
yeah.
So Gamer
Okay.
will be taking 22
Alright.
directly.
Step 1, pass.
All right.
This-
Draw a turn.
Most other decks, Winda, it's pretty threatening, but I think this
Okay.
deck actually has a lot of interesting outs to
I
it.
will
Yeah,
attempt to
the
special summon a Shana.
Nahata is
That's fine.
I think
All right.
the
I will
yeah, I
special
think it's
Shana
Nahata.
and
It's
then
wood TENYI. Actually,
I'll pass turn.
it actually outs the
yeah.
window by reducing 1500
Okay.
attack.
Yep.
But I think he's already used 2 of them.
Attack into your
He
monster.
used one.
Okay.
I
Take
think
400.
they only play 2. I'm not sure.
I take 400.
Yes, because it's
Oh.
2600.
Oh, okay. So sorry.
Not
step
even
1, pass.
asking for its attack or
Sure.
its defense.
Okay.
just swinging in.
Think on end phase.
Smashed his head against a brick wall.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
now
fine.
he
Okay.
gets a chance to go
Drop a
into
turn.
Monk, and Monk unlocks everything for the TENYI deck.
I will.
Right.
Probably if TENYI runs
Okay.
out of
I
3
will
months, they just
normal
use
Nahata.
because
That's a
they really
And
need.
I will link.
Okay.
Albeit
Monk or
slow,
Monk?
they're still able to play.
Alright.
And the thing about what
Well,
Bert's
is
doing
this-
right now is that he's not
I
putting
will-
any pressure.
I
In
don't
fact,
like
he-
where
Flawless
Gamer
Perfection?
Games headed though.
And that does.
In fact, that
So non-effect monsters are unaffected by monster effects, and if you special summon a monster while I control a
in
non-effect or
fact, like
face-down
Brute
monster,
quite
I get
literally
to draw 2 cards.
shot
He
himself
didn't
in the foot.
progress. Yeah, he
Wait,
should have
so-
progressed his game state a lot further.
If you special summon,
But he is lacking a lot of the necessary pieces to do so.
So
He should. If he added the SHADDOLL fusion, he would have been able to summon construct.
Right, and
But
even
now-
if you can't summon again, just that one construct is already putting so much pressure on board.
Yeah, now you see if Brute tries to summon, now Gamer Games will get to draw cards.
I'll Fists of the Unraveled TENYI.
Yeah, and there's the negate onto
He
punishment.
gets the activation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then Brute is actually on judgment. That's an
Wow. Main
interesting
deck
choice.
judgment. Mm-hmm.
38.
Very interesting. Also, I think this is the second monk that Gamer Games has gone through, right?
Yes, this is the second monk. The first one was destroyed. This one will
If-
also be destroyed.
If TENYI runs out of 3 monks, they
And
basically
he
lose the
sends in
game.
Deets.
Okay.
To pop the
And I guess he wants
Ashna.
to. I guess he wants to field spell.
that monster.
which is fine.
Does Entis target?
Although popping Ashina wouldn't be bad either.
I think so.
Okay, I will. I'll Heavenly Dragon Circle it. That tributes it away, and I get to add one.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So he's just
What is he
gonna
adding?
add. He's just gonna add any worm. That's
I think
technically
Vishuda.
Add a
Vishuda
technically
outs Winda here.
a neg-1, but he did just dodge the Intis pop. But I don't think the Intis pop was right.
I think you go for actually.
I'll draw for turn.
It's fine because they can't activate grave effects without having like a monk on field.
And you're at 38.
58.
Also, I can't see the screen for some reason.
Let's see.
Hmm?
There we go.
Think.
Bert's just thinking on this game state. He's not staring down much.
Just
He
a
knows
window.
every card. Shaddol should technically be able to OTK through this, but I don't think he has the resources to do so. If he had Construct and a normal summon, that would just be game.
Kill Dogma.
Alright, okay, yeah.
Not on stream, Betsy. Not on stream. Anyhow, moving on.
I think if he has like any Shaddol monsters, he could just set them because he's on a floodgate. He could play the slow game and get advantage by flipping.
Perfectly fine.
Alright, but Brute's gonna go ahead and just attack for 22.
Down to 36.
Seems very
Set
slow.
of monsters.
Oh, he is setting now.
The last card is an
Alright,
El
draw
Shaddol.
turn.
So if he's not setting the El Shaddol, that shows that the monster is probably one of the dark types.
I will normal Shathana.
Yeah, because generally they play 2 window, right?
Yeah, they only play 2, and he's already burned through both of them.
Well, we're going to see the. So this is also the last monk in the TENYI player's extra deck.
Right.
And
So we will see an excruciating grind game.
attempt to enter battle phase.
And he's just gonna out the window again.
I'll attack.
Uh-huh.
And on deck, I'll use Nahada. Reduce window by 15 down to 700.
Not right now. I'm
Oh.
sorry, what reason?
So I'm on declaration. I'm using Nahada to reduce window down by 1500 down to 700. So you
Okay.
take 100.
So Nahada will...
So I'll take how much?
200.
They outed.
So
Oh
200.
no! So there's Ashna engrave.
And I'll go to
To
main phase 2,
this is not looking good for Shaddol.
where
I don't know, he just Shaddol just took too long to get online. That one misplay of not getting Shaddol fusion over L, he really just messed up.
I will
Because if he had gotten Shaddol fusion, he would have been able to summon Construct, and he would have just been able to pop off.
Yeah,
because
construct is
and
unlocking the
then
engine.
I will
I be right back.
One phase down. What was I gonna ask? The counter trap. What does is that Omni negate?
yeah, when a spell trap or monster effect is activated. Negate it, do not destroy it though.
Okay.
Okay, well I will then, since Window's no longer on the field, I will attempt to activate Vishetta, special summon itself.
Ooh, and there's the Vishetta. This is where the TENYI player, I think, just starts going off.
Link. For Shaman,
Shaman, I believe, was
I will
the...
use Shaman's effect.
TENYI players just start kind of go off. The Shaddol player just took way too long to go online, and sending in Tis with the punishment was probably the second of two misplays that really
to bounce your face down.
cut
Yeah.
off everything. Because if he had sent
Also-
up Cologne, he would have been able to...
Banish the entire graveyard, or even search like Schism or something.
How badly do I
Right,
want
but
to
now
play
he has
this?
no access to those cards, no access to really any of his
I'll
engine.
go-
Why did the TENYI player send discard the trap?
I'll just pass.
Because he's TENYI locked now. He doesn't have interruption.
What did he
don't
discard it
particularly-
off?
He discarded off of the shaman to revive monk.
I guess he wanted the draw too. I mean, if he just
He-
set the trap, he wouldn't have had the trap live.
Well, he had the monk, right? He could have just sat on monk. But
So
now-
Bill, so Root's gonna set 1. He has the L, but if he's not setting the L, that means he has nothing. Which I
That
mean,
means the
yeah,
opponent card
it's
is-
just sad to see the Shaddol player just not have the resources when they really should.
Yeah, this is not typical of Shaddol to.
Start by activating Heavenly Dragon Circle. Add another TENYI.
Yeah.
Alright.
I think the TENYI player is gonna snowball here.
Running low on TENYIs.
Yeah, the TENYI player is just gonna start going. I forgot to start timing again.
He started at like 4. No, 5, I mean.
I literally put a time.
Okay, I'll add.
By literally 5, so minus 13.
I want to see so what I want to see here is I want to see an extra deck play, something like Draco Berserker or Sahasrara. Is that Jewels of the Valiant?
Jules says.
It is Jewels of the Valiant.
I believe that's the one that like sends one from deck to grave with a different attribute when you banish one. Right, I saw him playing this earlier actually. So it's a
Very
pretty
cool
cool
card.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool card. It lets you
It's
cycle
old.
through
It's
all
old.
your TENYIs.
Uh-huh. This is like, it's a card from like 2013. 2013, 2014?
And then on resolution, I'll use Jewels to send a card with a different attribute than light. So I will
You're
send.
just gonna get to
this
send
is
another
supposed
one. I think this is where.
Oh, why don't I send?
I think this is where.
Yes,
Shaddol is
we
probably
get
just
to
gonna
see the
die.
Mare.
Oh
Yes, this is
no.
So this is both Saha and Draco Berserker. And Draco Berserker will be able to banish the Shaddol monster. Wait, no, it can't banish the Shaddol monster, but it can attack again, which is very good.
And my stones are a little.
Is this lethal? I think this is. If it's Saha plus
I'm going
Berserker
to use
plus anything.
Mara's effect twice to get 2 tokens. So, not as special, doesn't matter what second token is, and then I will link 2 of my
Into
tokens away.
for
as well
a
as my Vishetta and
Yep.
Let's go with the monk. For
This is
a
Saha.
TENYI Spirit Sahasrara.
Okay.
Go, things are just. He's just going through the motions now and
I will
not looking good for Brute at all.
I'll just
Can he assemble it?
the face down.
Yes, he can. I think he should be able to. I guess not. I guess there's no Berserker. Oh, he's scooping. Okay.
Bruce is gonna
Game
go
1
next.
goes to TENYI.
I think Brute definitely should have had that. I think he should. He added the El Shaddol, and I don't know why he did. Did he just forget he had the Shaddol fusion?
I think so. Now he does. Yeah, he didn't have the material. It's a misstep on his part.
Right.
Hopefully, game 2, Doll can put up more of a better fight. Like, I would love to see like something like Shaddol Fusion OTK. It'd be fun.
I did show Brute the combo for it, but I don't know if he's actually on Trick Cloud or not.
Mhm.
We need to check again.
I know some Shaddol players have been playing Golden Lord as their light target.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's like I think it originated from
He
CG.
is
I
on
think.
Trick Clan though.
Okay.
He's on an interesting lineup of cards.
2 Apollon. Oh, Wendigo? He's on Wendigo.
Maybe I think he's doing that because he wants to out the bird up board.
Which makes sense. He is playing Super Poly.
Yeah. But I think he went too hard on it. He has no real link resources.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's not playing any Link 1, and I think Link 1s are very integral to Shaddol.
Oh yeah, definitely. You definitely need the gravity controller at least, and Artemis is, nice to have if you have the space. But it's not as popular. Especially not when you're on 3 Shaddol Fusion. When you're on 3 Shaddol Fusion, you're expecting to resolve Shaddol Fusion. Which means you don't need the Artemis.
Well, it's still really good though, converting.
I think
It turns on your
Shaddol is just super good at converting simplified game states, and I think he just didn't manage to do that.
Like, setting Wendy can go super far in like a grind game.
Right, but I really think that misplay was literally just he didn't add the Shaddol fusion. Which is...
Yeah, it's like follow up for next week.
We will be going into game 2, and you know, maybe Shaddol can do something this time around. It'd be nice to see.
I think Shaddol's going first again, right?
Most likely, they are a trap deck. I don't see any situation where he'd want to go.
Although the TENYI board doesn't actually do that much to Shaddol. But I don't think he knows. Does he know the TENYI board? Because
no, I doubt he does. I doubt he does.
Yeah, it is a rogue deck, and he didn't show off his board.
It's not even rogue, honestly. It's very much like not in the meta, but because of that, it's even less known than rogue. Like MATHMECH at least had some tops. TENYI I think got like maybe some kind of success when it first came out. Because it was like a cool deck, but
although I would say TENYI is not at all playable deck though.
TENYI
it has actually very strong. It's not unplayable. It has very strong grave effects and good recursion between Adhara and Ashna. You can just loop your Ashna, which will get you resources.
It's one of the many decks that's just missing that one piece of support.
It's kind of like Crystron. Crystron is also like a recursive mid-range deck. That's not that popular.
Attempting to activate Shithana, special summon.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. I will then.
And TENYI can just unload their hand this way.
That's bad. Your monster is banished.
Right. Yes. Shouldn't make a difference, but yes, that is correct. And then
So he drops a DDG. That kind of also screws up his own game plan.
It does. And TENYI actually has a way to play around DDG because all of their grave effects actually can activate from. You can banish it from the hand.
Right.
I will.
Oh, punishment? I don't know it. I don't think punishment works here.
Nahada?
Oh.
Special art.
Special summoning from the hand.
I'll normal summon Shithana.
Okay.
He hasn't even normal summoned yet, jeez.
And
yeah, TENYI can just
summon.
spew out monsters from the hand.
Exceed
Is this Saha?
summon.
Dweller! Oh,
that is a good card.
And this also gets around DDG.
I have no cards in graves, that's not gonna affect that.
Now he needs to out the face down.
I'll go for a. Actually, I'll just go.
Battle phase? Dweller is 22, which is stronger than all of the Shaddolls.
That beast.
Well, but you're not gonna normal summon beast.
Okay, we got one card in set, so I will.
Unless you're cheating.
Okay, I'll link to.
set beast in back row. Activate MST. Scoop.
And I'll use effect.
Oh, he's not an Infinity player.
To target your back row.
He is putting all of his TENYIs in the advantage.
He does not have much left.
Sure.
He needs to get access to Adhara. That unlocks his banish pile, which is fine. But I don't think he needed to go into Phoenix there. This is probably good. I feel like that was a.
He's just thinking on the play. What could that set card be? A punishment? Could be
El
like a
Shaddol.
torrential. Oh, it's super poly. There's no actually valid super poly targets on the field right now.
Yeah, he doesn't play Grista or Anoia.
I mean, who does?
Summoning 2 Anoia for VFD.
Wendy effect is going to be kind of big. It lets him search anything.
This is good. Yes, now he can search Shaddol Fusion. And even under Dweller.
Adds a spell trap on flip.
Yeah.
even under Dweller, just like making App Cologne alone is really good already. Because App Cologne is like a threat that they have to remove, right? And if they remove it, then it gets you like Schism or another Shadoll fusion.
Honestly, even just something, yeah, getting Schism here isn't bad.
Oh, by the
Yeah.
way, the Wendy, all the cards in grave except for banished. I think it's both players, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Super Poly is banished.
Is it any monster set or is it all cards?
Is
Any
it?
monster.
Oh, monsters. Okay.
Yeah, it's only monsters,
you can
not
cut it.
all cards.
Yeah, I think this is fine.
My turn.
I'll go main phase 2. And yeah, I'll pass. Okay.
Turn.
Stand by.
The downside about grabbing Schism now is that he doesn't have any Shaddolls in the graveyard.
I'll detach
I-
this door.
He detaches water. Now Dweller is at 17.
Alright.
I will.
Well, it's at 17. It's at 14 now.
Sure.
17. 14.
Ooh, Shaddol Fuse. Even like that's even ignoring the fact that he can't activate the effects. That's just
Yeah,
getting
just-
so much material in the graveyard.
Or honestly, just summoning App Cologne or Construct alone and having that fusion just stay on the field is a really big threat.
Yeah, he's gonna be sending the Lancia. No Trick Clown, surprisingly, but I guess he doesn't want to, you know,
Waste the yeah.
waste the Trick Clown because the Trick Clown is very powerful. It is
Mhm.
kind of a brick, but once you get to use it, it's...
It unlocks your cross shape play. It's very strong.
Without Dweller, that would have been the OTK.
I think I personally would have gone for App Cologne here, but Construct is a fine choice too.
I think either or is fine.
Sure.
Sending
Okay,
Rash-
now, yeah, this is fine because now when Construct dies, he can rush back the Construct. No, it's a loop, so it's fine.
Right, it's just like Manifestation and
Silk.
Silk.
Construct.
I'll take
Yeah.
this.
Automatic effect of construct to destroy it.
Sure.
Okay. I'll set one.
I think Shaddol is in a pretty good position here. Yeah, Tenyi has like 1 monk left, and they can't special summon any of their
Drop a
monsters.
turn.
That is a Schism set, and he does have the material in the grave.
Yeah, and he
This
has
is
to normal
kinda-
summon.
This is kind of scary because all the Tenyis are activated effects, right?
But
Okay.
also he can normal summon a Tenyi, go into monk, and then if he has like Nahata, right?
Throw it to the fence.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna pass here.
And I will proceed to end phase.
End phase schism. Effect the schism.
Schism's only during the main phase.
Yes, it's only during the
I
main
can
phase.
activate it, right? Just no effect.
No effect.
Yes, no. Yeah, you can activate the card. Yeah.
Okay. And I'll pass.
He should have. Yeah, he should have went end of main phase. I think.
I don't
Apollon
think it
to negate-
matters that much.
Activate schism.
Yeah,
It
no,
doesn't,
he should-
but then
Vanishes.
yeah, he would have gotten his grave effects this turn.
Oh no, he's managing a light. He's going for construct.
Which is fine.
It's fine, but
Yeah, I think
Construct. Effect of construct.
Chain
you
Dweller.
should be chaining Dweller.
Uh-huh.
I'll chain Abyss Dweller.
And this is why you should have done App Clone last turn.
Right. And the main negate app clone. So that does open him up to his Tenyi plays, which maybe, you know, just having the risk of Schism is good.
Yes. Also,
Send one.
I think Brute has to remember that which construct can attack the Dweller and which construct can attack directly.
Right. And we'll pay attention to that. The one under the
Uh-huh.
EMZ may not attack directly.
Yeah.
Which is a fact so often forgotten.
Construct summoned off a schism.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems like he does remember. He does know.
Okay.
Destroy Abyss Dweller, that's fine. And hit him
20.
with
Yep,
fire.
that's it.
Yeah.
Sure, that's fine.
Getting our other tables
And I
reported.
will pass turn.
Has everyone finished their games? Oh,
Sure.
a lot of
And
them.
I will.
Some of them have, yeah.
I'll drop
Not
it.
all.
I don't know.
Alright. Stand by. I'll activate Lancia.
Lancia. This is fair. Lancia is good against Tenyi. Although just look at the intimidation double construct on the board.
Okay, I will go special summon the Shadow.
That's a dark, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Dark.
Oh, all right.
Okay, I'll link. For
Wait,
Monk.
he's not sending it with Winda.
Monk is an Earth,
Very, very interesting.
and I think pass on that.
Drop the turn.
Brute is not using Schism on his opponent's turn.
Main.
Yep.
To be fair, just the threat
Like
schism
schism.
I think is enough.
Yeah, it is a threat, but he could be putting up so much more. He could be summoning Cross Sheep and stuff by this point.
Yeah.
Perhaps
And I think he
he's
should have
not-
just went ahead with Winda just to get the Fashuda off the board.
Do you-
Construct.
Looking at Brute, I don't think he's very experienced with the deck, right?
No, he's recently picked it
I
up.
will. That's
Okay.
back to grave.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll ash.
He's gonna ash the new construct, but honestly, if he goes into a cross shape and summons something to the
Construct
zone,
effect attacking TENYI.
Like,
It's not an effect monster, right?
It is not an effect monster.
No, no, it's just special TENYI. So it'll destroy.
Yeah, so I will. Okay, and on destruction of Monk, I will use
the
Mana,
yeah, to pop a card and revive.
target Monk, and attempt to reborn.
Target.
And then he gets to destroy a
I
card.
will use its effect also to pop the construct that was the middle construct off of Shield.
Mm-hmm.
sure, now he gets to start add back Resh.
Sure.
Yes, or Shaddol
Ooh.
Fusion.
Don't try to use Shaddol Fusion send from deck.
Other contract to destroy the
Yeah, okay.
monster again.
I think Resh was the right call. He's used all of his constructs.
No,
Yeah.
He won't.
Well, I mean, if he has the material, right, he could link the two constructs into
right.
into
No,
Cross
I
Sheep
don't think it's-
and just rush construct with
Summon
Cross
monsters
Sheep
in general.
and use Aerial to banish the graveyard here.
And it's mandatory.
Then sure, I'll take it. That's fine.
The monk will be destroyed by having constructs and mandatory destruction
Uh,
effect.
So he actually doesn't take damage from this.
Sure.
There's two constructs on board now. He's just not doing anything with all this resources. He really should have gotten Resh there.
Yeah, I really think Brute could have, had like Apkalones and Winda sitting on board right now with the amount of resources that he has.
Okay. I will. This is a hard solution. Okay, I will attempt to activate the Shadow to special.
I think this is when you Winda here. He has one card in hand. You should Winda right now. But
Special is fine. On resolution, I'll activate Sinister Shadow Games.
What does that do?
Send from deck to grave.
Sure, that's fine.
I'll send.
So I don't see why he didn't Winda in response to Fashuda's effect, right? Because it's an activated
Yeah,
effect
I-
of special summon.
Okay.
yeah, honestly, just Winda. Or he could even wait for the summon to send it to grave, and then the next summon would have to be the special
I'm
summon.
gonna have.
It
Or maybe you just
But yeah,
didn't
he
have a
could've-
dark in the graveyard, which would have been kind of surprising.
I mean, Shaddolls, I think they're mostly dark, right?
Yeah.
Still an open game state, right?
Yep.
Schism.
Oh, there
Maybe
we
he
go.
really just didn't have the dark.
I can do that.
No, he's activating Schism now. This is fine. This is fine.
Yeah,
It
like that's what I'm
removes-
saying. Maybe this is why he didn't have the dark.
Oh,
Destructive
I
Beast.
see. Wow,
Yeah. See, he just didn't.
that was
have the
very
dark.
surprising.
I will summon Winda.
Okay.
Schism will send your monster into the. It's a dark, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it'll send.
Fashuda. I remember when it was used back in
Game.
Orchist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was used as an easy mermaid.
Blind second Orchist. That deck was fun.
Hey. Oh no. Oh, he's scooping it up. Okay.
Yeah.
We're
so
going
this
to
is-
a game 3 now. And you know, this game is closer than you'd once think. I really felt like the Doll player had that first game.
Yeah, I think Doll. I think honestly, my personal opinion, I think the matchup. I think Doll steamrolls this matchup.
Right. But you know, we're just here to follow along what happens. Brute definitely has more experience with Dragon Link than this deck, but I think he wants to learn this deck. Or just until he gets his chambers in, because he doesn't actually have his chambermaids.
Oh wow. Well, we encourage players to go out of their comfort zone and learn new decks, improve as a player. So it's always good to see. I think we're going to get to see the TENYI full board here. If Gamer Games opens Mare.
Does it lose to Nibiru?
That's
a very serious threat when it comes to Shaddol, because Shaddol is 100% meaning Nibiru.
It does lose to Nibiru. It does give you a token though, so pass on Nibiru plus field spell plus counter trap. But generally, with Nibiru, the Nibiru token will be small, and you will lose your entire end. If you just Nibiru on someone of Mare, I think it's very hard for TENYI to come.
Yeah. So we just have to go through this final game, and we have one more round after that, and then we get to see who moves on to the next day.
Yeah.
Actually, okay. So Brute is made to Nibiru.
Does he not have a third?
You can cut half
I
and
don't think so. He doesn't have a not in his side deck.
half and 3.
You could do half and 4.
Okay.
Half and 4.
Alright. Gotta think here just a second. I will go first.
Alright.
Okay. So I will start it off with the Shudder, the special.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
We are gonna get to see TENYI go first.
And
Starting off with the Fushada. Every TENYI card becomes something on field, right?
I'm not sure what I want to do. Okay.
Like all of them
It
just
becomes
become
a
monk.
Monk.
Yeah. Reject humanity, return to monk.
Use Shathana?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's just gonna go through the motions. What is the TENYI combo? Like how many bodies do you need to actually go through it all?
Okay, I will activate
So you need a card to Foolish Mare into the graveyard,
Monk.
and
To add, right? Or special?
and you need a way to revive Mare. So that's as long as you can summon Shaman plus Shaman and Mare Engrave, you can make the board of Saha plus Draco Berserker.
Right.
So
But I'm not sure
that card got ashed again, which is a -2 for
Activate
Gamer.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
It sucks when your search spells that have
Oh,
costs get
and
ashed
Flawless
because
Perfection.
you lose the cost.
Well, it's more of like a -1 because Brute also lost a
will
card, but that's gonna at least be
Mhm.
field spell. Unsure.
Step 1.
Yeah.
And pass
It is a plus for Brute.
Just for clarification, the field spell, is it when you control a TENYI monster?
If you
Or
control non-effect, period.
okay.
Non-effect.
So,
Okay.
so I'll drop
So the TENYI player can control Blue Eyes White Dragon, the field spell.
Activate Shaddol Fusion.
Oh no.
Oh, Shaddol.
Imperial Order. Okay.
In that case, I'll set 1.
I think between Dragon, Squamata, and Schism, I think Doll should be fine.
All should be fine, but like that's Shaddol Fusion that got stopped.
Drop return.
Yes.
That's not
but
like
TENYI,
that's not like an
TENYI
Upstart
is like
Goblin. That's a Shaddol Fusion, and that's a big card.
I'll
it's
use
very big. Like I think if he resolved the shit,
I'll use Heavenly Dragon.
If he resolved the Shaddol Fusion, the game would be over.
Right. Yeah.
well,
That was fine.
Gamer would get to draw 2 cards though, and TENYI monsters do activate in the hand.
That's the tribute one?
Yes, so in Grave I can activate it to add 10 cards from deck to hand.
TENYI card. Okay, that's a very, very strong searcher.
Alright, pretty crazy.
That's fine.
So I will
Counter or Ashna. Yeah, Ashna. Yes.
For this Imperial Order, man, I think that might also be a pain in the side of the person who used it. Hold on. Make sure to keep your Imperial Order cost up.
Yes, I will do.
Yeah, a lot of mandatory effects are forgotten. Something like
So I will.
Yeah.
So I'll use the Shudder.
Or-
Attempt to bounce. I think I want to target.
So Fujita will bounce a card here. Crazy card, just able to bounce whatever they want.
Yeah, I mean, TENYI grave effects are actually surprisingly.
I think the deck just lacks an ability to plus hard.
I'll then activate a
'Cause, like,
Yeah.
other than Mare, what else do you have?
Yeah, it's
Cards in hand?
it doesn't lack in in terms of recursion. Okay, it has like the end board is not that strong. Like it's not explosive enough, and it does nothing when you run out of monk. And it doesn't have an inherent way of putting monks back, besides something like Adhara, which you would want to use on Ashna.
Right.
So it's like it's kind of in a pickle there.
Okay.
Only it was one of those lucky decks that got one card to solve all the problems now.
We'll go.
Hey, their card that like tributes and summons and searches. That card's pretty good. It's in Dragon Cycle, right?
I will Ashana Engrave.
Yeah.
Special one from deck. Special
Our
eight.
previous YC3 champion is currently 2-1, losing to Dogmatica Invoked.
Hmm.
A special.
Yeah, especially if they put up like Winda. It's kind of hard for MATHMECH to play through.
Okay. I guess if I can't do that, then I think I'm gonna have.
I guess he should have played the Prohibit
So,
Snake,
Penny, Spirit,
the Salad Tuck.
Prohibit Snack.
I will then.
Looks like Gamers is kind of stumbling through his combo here. The Imperial Order might mess up the last card in hand, but what does he do from here?
Shaman.
Yeah, it might be like Dragon Cycle, which will give him like
In addition,
Mare.
discard a card, target a card engraved, target a worm engraved, special it. So it, yeah,
How much attack does it have?
he is 16.
He can discard Mare here if he has it.
Okay. Then I will use effect, discard Vessel for the Dragon Cycle.
Yep,
Target monk.
that is the Dragon Cycle.
Okay.
Right.
Monk.
So without the order, that would have gone him to Mare, which
So
would be full
Torrential
combo.
Tribute would have been nice, but I don't think Brute has one. What could those set cards
Send
be?
to enter battle, please.
I think for Torrential, if he has like
Punishment?
if he has the water TENYI in the graveyard,
EMZ
he can bounce back.
Sure, no shaman, that's fine.
Okay.
I'll send.
So punishment will be destroying the Shaman.
I'll send Epsilon.
Okay.
Oh, so this is Aerial Banish 3, I assume.
On res Epsilon.
That's fine.
Brute, try to be careful with your hand and the spell and trap zone.
Yeah, this was sideways. This was the one I added back.
Yeah,
This one was
I'm
the-
saying to try to be careful with the ones in your spawn trap. Like, put it sideways, put it down.
Yeah.
Just making sure they don't get mixed up with set cards. Adding a Schism, he
Oh,
will
by
have
the way,
to
I'll discard
discard.
Strike, 'cause I have to discard.
Discarding Solemn Strike.
Does he have a Solemn Strike on his deck list?
He
I don't-
does.
I don't
No,
think-
he has. He does have Solemn Strike in the side deck,
Okay.
which
So he
you
did
probably.
side it. I don't know why he's not maining it, to be honest.
Yeah, I think Strike is a way better main deck card than Judgment, just because it's good going second, as opposed to Judgment.
5800, that's fine.
Right.
Oh, now this is big. So he doesn't have Banished SHADDOLL.
Setting Aerial Ball thing. Not.
I think. Oh, okay. Wait, he plays 2 Aerial. He could have sent the Aerial off of the Apkalone
Oh,
to
but
banish
Aerial
the
won't
TENYI.
die here.
Stand by.
That's fine. I'll take
Yes.
700.
I guess he valued the Schism more,
Yes.
because Schism at least turns everything online.
Yeah, it does. He doesn't get the instant banish, but it does turn everything online.
Step 2.
Okay.
Ooh, getting another spawn trap. That's kind of nice.
If this is something like Sinister Shadow games crash, it'd be pretty good.
Aerial attack.
Is he crashing?
Sure. What's Ariel's attack?
1,000.
Okay.
Oh no, this is not looking good.
For one of your monsters.
The water Tenyi will trigger.
Think on deck. Cards in hand?
0.
Okay.
Alright, I think the water Tenyi is going to trigger.
Right.
I will. That's
Not
fine.
great, but
Hmm.
it looks like he's just gonna let the attack go through, and both of them will crash. I'm not sure why Brute did that.
Is there a water Tenyi in his grid? If
believe
not, then
so.
delete
Maybe I
Tenyi.
think that's why Game's thinking on it.
Well, no, if it's on attack deck, it's the leaf Tenyi. It's Nahata.
Yeah,
Nahata.
one.
It's the one that reduces attack. But the water Tenyi lets you revive the monster.
In the main,
It's a good pop to Schism.
activate Schism. Effective Schism.
Also, I think rookie mistake from Brute here. He set his cards before going into battle.
Right, a lot of people do that. A lot of people do that. Going for
Yeah, it's,
Winda, not Apcon, to stop the pre-order.
I think it's fine because if he goes for Apolon, I think then Gamer can draw.
Battle phase.
Although I would probably go for like something like Construct.
Right, Construct prevents this. So what does the
Oh,
Leaf
he
Tenyi
doesn't-
do?
It reduces the opponent's monster's attack by 15.
Oh no, I thought that
That's
was
a
the Water
monster
Tenyi.
damage,
No, the water Tenyi. Whenever your Tenyi monster is destroyed, your non-effect monster is
So how much
destroyed,
will I be taking?
you can revive it
Okay.
and pop a card. You trust.
This
So
is
his
for
window was
damage
like
from here.
quickly added.
Yes, so you go down to 78.
Yeah, I think Brute needs to like check his
And
opponent's
window?
graveyard before actually doing something like this.
Fine, yeah.
Right. Not knowing what Tenyis are in there is kind of like he keeps shooting himself in the foot.
Yeah,
But I think he's
I
still
mean,
very much in a
That
position to win this.
Was it special summon from
Yeah.
extra or great?
just by virtue of like card advantage.
See, this one was special. I think this one was
Just
special.
not a lot of people like like
Yeah, because this.
they know what the Tennies do. They look at the Tenny graveyard and stuff.
Okay. In main 2.
Yeah.
I will just. I will.
Let's see, 5-minute warning.
Mhm.
Drop a turn.
Sure.
That is
I'll
your
go to the other
5-minute
table.
warning.
5-minute warning.
Okay.
Do you want me to go to the other table and tell them?
Yeah, go.
You take 700 again. Sorry.
Yeah, this is your 5-minute warning.
Yep, 44.
5-minute.
Oh, you're at 40.
Alright.
I think everyone else is done, right? Yeah.
Okay, so you're passing?
Yeah.
Sure, I will take my 7. First of all, I'll drop a turn.
It's not looking good for a gamer. I think he might lose this in time.
So you're
37.
I think so. Yeah, he's under order and he doesn't actually have a quick way to OTK. He needs to hard draw the Mare. That's what he needs right now. And he's also about to run out of money.
Okay. I will go. Battle phase?
Hit for 1,000.
And I'll hit in for 1,000.
Alright.
And I will go main 2 end phase.
Also, no Schism coming from Brute.
Again, he's holding off on this schism.
You end your turn?
Yeah, end my turn.
Drop a turn.
Sure.
700, so you're at 3,000.
Yep, go down to 3,000.
2 cards!
Normal
Yes.
Sonata.
That is. Fine, yeah.
Proceed to move into battle.
Sure, what's going on his attack?
Just gonna run into the monk.
Squamata will battle.
Is he going to run into Nahata again?
Sure. So I'll
Doesn't look like it.
Oh, there is no more Nahata. Okay.
And then I will use On destruction, I will use Shathanos
There's the water,
one
Tenyi.
monk,
Pops.
and destroy your Stigmata.
Affect
Now
this one.
Squamata gets a trigger.
After that, what does that do? That sends one from deck?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
So we will be able to send one deck to grave
Send one
with
the-
Squamata.
Rent the effect.
Oh, and then this can summon a slew of different Shaddolls. Beast is pretty good here.
I think Beast would be really good here.
Mhm.
Oh, you have to reveal it. What the hell?
Yeah, he has to reveal it.
Please reveal what you said, Brute.
It's
A
Falco.
That.
This Falco's fine. You can summon back Wendy, which is it's fine.
It's good for walling up, and I think that's what Brute's trying to do.
Although, yeah, which is fine because he's up in life points.
Yeah, and they have like 2 minutes left. But Vashuda will get in the way of that.
Okay, I'll change Schism.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Does he have another
Yeah,
monk?
it's
I don't
okay.
think so.
Yes, it does.
Is this buff again? Okay.
Oh, there's the Schism.
Sure.
Right, and I think he's just going for the window.
Yep.
Try
Nail in the coffin.
You'll recognize that special summon, by the way.
Yes.
Okay.
So now
And,
he can no longer special
Schism
summon
will
for the
send
turn.
Would it? I don't know. So this will summon, then that will summon. Would Schism be able to pop it?
No, it will not.
No,
No, it will not.
I just said no.
And
Good.
unfortunately, it's basically time in the round, and I don't have put enough.
Mm-hmm. I think Shaddol will take this 2-1.
Alright, GG. Nice scoop.
He's just gonna
GG.
scoop it up with no way to actually change the life point difference. All those Imperial Order chunks just adding up over time. It's why the card, you know, it's really good in the moment, but over time, those life points add up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Shaddol can actually, with Schism, Shaddol can actually play under order. And, what is it? Because it's such a slow game, right? They can use their flip effect.
Right. Alright, that's round 3. We'll be moving on to round 4 very shortly. We're gonna take a small breather. I'm gonna post up the pairings and we'll be right back. Ciao.